everybody. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. Oh, my vet. My love. Blessings. All right, let's go. You know, I just made a major trade here. It took advantage of that big move on False Move Monday. I usually don't trade Monday, but I had to. I saw my model. I took advantage of it. We're going to show you how I was able to make $600 pretty fast here this morning. Imagine making $600 from home. All right. And again, I'm not trying to teach you how to, again, we go over how to make tons of money in the bull run and all that fun stuff, right? But I want you to understand that this show is about how to day trade. This is how to make money every single day from your home, regardless of the markets, regardless of what's happening. We can swing, we can short. We've got all sorts of models to take advantage of this market. I'm going to show you why I sold, what happened. And even when I sold, I saw the market going up. I'm like, it could have been more. But you got to tell yourself, I'm happy with what I had. Let's break it down. Let me show you what's happening. And again, I gave you guys an extensive idea here. So let's start with the morning. If you were in the Discord, all right? If you're in the Discord, let's break it down. The first thing that happened in the Discord this morning, and you can see how hard I work up all night, Last night, I see this. It looks like, we had a beautiful flag. Things are looking good for the reversal, for the upside at 995 for Bitcoin. Right before I go to bed, though, I see a head and shoulder pattern. A shoulder ahead, a right shoulder. That started to dump. We lost the 200 MA on the 1 minute. And then I can't hold your hand. I wish I could be up 24/7, giving you guys every single play, because if I did, I could show you every single thing that's going to happen and keep you from danger. But at one point, Sammy's got to go to bed. And you got to figure it out, right, for yourself. And that's why I got to teach you not just to take signals, but become the signal yourself. Then I gave a video update. In the video update, I talked about how there was a trade on the 1 hour time frame. Kind of go over here. And I kind of saw how we were bouncing. I kept looking at it. I said, there's a good chance that we could trade the 1 hour here with a stop right above. See right here, I said we could trade the 1 hour here. We could get in right now. Keep our stop really close. There's a chance we get a nice pump. That was at 98,300. Okay. Bitcoin would go to 100,300, up $2,000 move. Had you took this trade, you'd be in the money. Then you could move your stop loss to break even or done whatever you wanted. But I gave this trade. And you make, that's great. But that's not only what I did. That's really not what I did. And then I showed an inverted head and shoulder on the 1 minute, suggesting we were going to, or the 5 minute, suggesting we would break up to the 200 MA. I talked about how we were crossing the 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame. Then I gave a video update explaining how I was going to plan my next trade and how I was going to focus in on it and show you how I was going to plan it all out and all that fun stuff. We made the flag on the 5 minute time frame and waited for price to come to it. We knew if we broke above the 200 in the 5 minute, we were going to get an explosive move to the upside. Okay, last night I even said we should de-risk here slightly. Hold on, I hear myself talking somewhere. Okay, yeah, that was in here, sorry. It was playing the old update, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. So, moving forward, then I show you as the trade starts to move. I show you I'm up a little bit. All right, the PEPE trade's still in. I never got out of the PEPE trade. And then I'm saying, okay, we're going to plan this flag. If this breaks above the 200, we're going for 100,000, maybe 761. All right. And then so the 1 hour I suggested in the update is in the money now. So if you've taken that 1 hour trade, because some people say, I'm not a scalper, Sam. This is, you could have set this trade, went to work, checked on it every couple of hours, And then boom, we got the explosive move out the flag. I was already in the trade with the 1 minute flag. Then boom, I was like, we got to break the 200 MA on the 5 minute. If we do, we're going to get a move. Then I'm like, there's the move. I piecemeal this to you guys. Look, and there's the boom. I literally, it's like you ever see those flip books? I flip book the entire move to you. Then I teach you where, and then I'm like, Lord, now we're in the money. Now I'm like, look, I moved my stop loss to break even. My stop loss right there, it continued to pump. I moved my stop loss into the money. I'm teaching you exactly how to day trade. Like, perfect, And then I made $654, closed the trade. Average close price, $100,234. So if you were in the trading group, you made the gains with me, or you learned how to make the gains. And now let's begin our day. So I'm already up on my day. I've already made the gains. I already sold the local top. I already did what I had to do. I paid the trader. Pay the trader. Pay the trader. Pay the trader. And I wrote it to the group. Stops in heavy profit. Pay the trader. Pay the trader. Pay the trader. You've got to pay the trader. I worked so hard this morning from 7 in the morning. I put in a lot of work and a lot of mental stress and up and down to make sure I maintain that gain. All right? This is not a game. All right? I don't get liquidated. I maintain, I execute, and I teach you how to do the same. Let's break down Bitcoin on a mass scale and kind of zoom in. Now, we're going to have fun with the altcoins. We're going to do what we do every single day. But God bless each and every one of you for jumping on and taking your life super seriously. Coming to a show where we don't take a day off. We push ourselves every single day to make it happen. And where every single step matters. And where we show the gains every single day here. I produce gains again here on a Monday morning. I don't know where your favorite YouTuber is, but I'm here making gains, baby. Making gains. So blessings on blessings for you. For being here. So we sold the local top. Now everyone wants to know where the next money move is for BTC. All right. And where my lifers at. You know, we got a lot of new people in the group and they like don't join the stream when I don't post it. It's kind of funny. It's like, so here we go. You could miss out on a massive move. You could miss out on a beautiful learning opportunity. I don't go over the same things every day. There's always something. I'm going to learn something. You're going to learn something every single day here on this channel. We're going to uncover some truths of life that are going to help us find the gains. All right. Put a 333 if you made gains today in the trading group with the lifer. I want to see how many people were able to follow along with me. Put a 333 if you made gains with the lifer. And if you don't have an if you're not able to execute at a high level, you're getting rocked and wrecked today. And, if you don't sell when, if you were greedy, you got rocked today for sure. For sure. All right. Because you're like, oh, I'm up, We got some 333s in here. We got some 333s sold at the bottom if it doesn't go up. Oh, man, you're funny. I'm up 150 in 1 hour. Shout out to Jonathan Zamora. God bless you, brother. Who compresses Bitcoin? I don't know what that means, but God bless you, brother. Christian Spire, real dart hug. Real deer hug. I like that. Sold the top. Crypto plumber, my man. Lifer Adam, who sold basically the close to the local top with the lifer. And that's how you do it. You don't get greedy. I sold 100,234 this morning. You could see average close price. Make sure that says close price. Otherwise, the person's just showing you when they're up. I mean, who knows? That may never end up being a win. All right. New day, new suit, baby. Every single day out here. New day, new suit. Never wore this one on the channel. My wife just got me this one. I told her to send it back. Nah, I'm just... Actually, at first, I wasn't that... I was like, Felt like the arms were a little long, but, on the stream, it looks great. Came with a pocket square that matches the inside, which is kind of cool. This is kind of sick. The pocket square matches the inside. This thing is hot, bro. This thing is hot. All right. Hey. And I like that. You got the thread there. Oh, this thing's money. I feel good in this suit. I'll be honest. I feel like $1 million over here in the rollie in the suit over here. Hey, if you're making $650 a day from your house and it's only 10 o'clock in the morning, people have to leave their house to make $200, $300, $400, $500 a day. We didn't even leave the house. We're already up $650. After taxes, even still up like $450. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. So, but then we finish off with a bearish engulfing candle. What's happening to Bitcoin? And what do I see? Well, right off the bat, that got some Adam and Eve vibes, doesn't it? Rounded tops do not pay the bills. We could see a move down here to 98,000. And it depends. We'd have to break this point of control. We're going to break all this fun stuff down for you. A lot of speculation in the market. A lot of people saying different things. A lot of the OG bears coming back in the game, too, running their mouth. You know what I mean? Like all those people that always say we're going down, now they're out there, oh, yeah, pull back for Bitcoin again. And I'm like, man, these people only show up when it's bearish. It's so funny. Let's start with the monthly chart, all right, and break it down and see where we are on the month, see what's happening, and see where we could be going. I'm going to take a look at Bitcoin here on Binance. Is this? Oh, yeah, I'm going to look at Bitcoin on Binance. I use Bybit Spot sometimes. They both have good liquidity. All right. Whoa. You get the goosebumps too when you sneeze? What's that all about? It shows we're just a working being of energy and space and time. Thank you. I was going to mute that, but I figured let's keep it real. You know what I mean? I didn't put the lemon in the water. I did, but I didn't sip the lemon water. Let's put the lemon in the water and let's have some lemon water. I'm trying this new brand, the Xeno Viva A, nootropic saffron dietary supplement. Who knows? I'm just But again, maybe I'll link up with this company and do a sponsorship with them if I like it. So I'm trying this out for about a couple months, and I'll tell you kind of what happens with this stuff. But these little pills are supposed to make you feel good. I don't know what it is, but it's all based on omega-3 production. I definitely lost one of the pills, but you know, that's okay. And I'm not pill popping. This is so crazy. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Nootropics, man. What's that called? Nootropics. Yeah. You need zinc for the cold. I don't have a cold. Yeah. When you sneeze, it doesn't mean you have a cold, my friend. And I'm allergic to dust, man. It's okay. Sneezing doesn't mean you have a cold. All right. I just want to make that clear. It's like you sneeze on stream. People are like, you sound sick. Are you okay, sir? On Solana. Something happened there. Tima on Solana. Let's take a look. Is Tima still pumping? Her didn't win the war. Looks so nice too. I'm always very weary about like technically classic TA on memes because it's just a meme. Wow, Tima just doing damage. It did break out the flag to the upside. It's in a beautiful Adam and Eve. And honestly, I wanted to buy it yesterday and I didn't. And I had this vibe. Wow, Tima's up nicely. We did go over it yesterday on the channel in this little flag. Let me show you how much that went up here. So I saw this flag, put out the measured move. Looked like it could break out. And you can see how traditional TA does play. Like it's a 41% gain. 50 to 40. I don't know exactly where we were there when we went over it, but somewhere between a 50 and a 40% gain for Tima. Even if that's all you did and you didn't have to hold the meme forever, I mean, that's beautiful, right? Shout out to the super chat, Tima on Solana from Living Central Florida. Living in Central Florida. God bless you, brother. I hope it's nice. Are you in Ocala? I wonder where you're out there in Central Florida. I'm living in Florida too. God bless you, man. Tax-free. Unbelievable. Can you believe it? Who would have thought, right? Shout out to all my lovers of life here. We're going to take a look at BTC. But again, join the trading group. If you joined the trading group today, you would have been able to make some gains with the lifer, or at least learned how to make gains with the lifer. And that system, that model that I teach you, you can do anywhere in the world on any single asset. Hit subscribe button and subscribe to a monthly, a quarterly, or an annual subscription. Jump on in for $3 a day. If you paid for the year, you pay for less than $3 a day. Think about it, $100 a month, $99 a month, divided by 30, it's like $3 a day. All right. But if you pay $99, it's even less than that. Here it's $270 a day, but even less than $270 a day. I think it's like $220 a day. So for $2 a day, you could have learned how I made $600 today and sit with me for a month and learn my strategies, watch what I do, watch me cash in and day out, and you'll be able to figure out what's happening. And eventually you'll be able to do it on your own if you stay disciplined and focus. And that's the goal. That's the key. All right. So we're going to do what's called a top-down analysis for you guys right now, and girls, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to break down exactly what we see happening here for BTC. So the monthly, beautiful monthly close, the biggest monthly candle really in the history of Bitcoin's life. I mean, look at the size of that candle. It was huge. And amazing, right? The biggest candle ever when Bitcoin was the biggest it ever was. I mean, that's pretty awesome when you really think about it. Absolutely beautiful. We got resistance here at $72,030, okay? That's it. And, all the times we broke out, we did not revisit the bigger low, but you never know. We weren't as far away from the 21-day moving average each time, too, as well. We're pretty gapped away from the 21. I tell you what, whenever you're away from the 21, and we've got some bearish divvy here. Honestly, you know what? We did, and now I got to say we didn't. Like, the RSI pushing up on the monthly, no bearish div. On the weekly, we do. But the monthly could say, okay. So we're looking for the monthly is this. And I'm going to prepare you for really what could be happening here. Next month, we go up. All right. Then we come, we might have to have 4 months of sideways action and then another big month. Right? And then we'd have like a swing up, and then we'd have like serious bearish div here. And then the monthly would have bearish divergence. I think this rally would be so big, we might need monthly bearish div, just like here. There's monthly bearish divergence right there, and that's usually the end of a big rally. So, I'm just, I'm speculating here, of course, but this is just an idea you want to kind of keep on the radar here on the bigger time frame. Something you may never have considered or seen or thought about. But that bearish div of the monthly, okay? Again, it's just a little farther away. I don't like to be too speculative because what is it going to do for you? We have weeks to get there, and the weeks will give us more information as we get there. That'll give us high probability. So now I don't know if it was the lemon water or the nootropics, but man, I got some. Yeah, you know. Yeah, I don't want to say it, but yeah. So look, could this come back down to the 21-day moving average? You know, the monthly here gapped away and it kind of went sideways. We could have, you know, does it say we could have 2-3 months of sideways price action? You see what I mean? I mean, we've had a massive run up. I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but I'm just going over what I've seen in my life. All right. And hopefully we get that one more big rally and then, you know, but you just got to start thinking it's not up only. Nothing is up only. It never has. It never will be. Crypto Twitter will make you feel that way. Everyone around you will make you think that it's up only. But it just isn't. It just isn't. And sad to say, there's a lot of pain in this market. Look, we were just at 100,000. We're all the way back down to like, this is false move Monday. I told you about Mondays. I told my students to be careful on Monday. If you can't execute a proper plan and go at it immediately, stay away from Mondays. I can't believe I just made 650 on a Monday. I used a good amount of money to make that risk too. You know, the trade was 23%. So you times the 6 by 5, it means I used $3,000. Okay. That trade went the wrong way. Any which way, I would have lost some money. You know, I could have lost 600 just as fast if I didn't execute on a model that I've already planned out and been trained to play. So now you're away for the 21-day moving average here on the weekly too. All right. And this weekly candle is now an indecision doji, which means, you know, that, I mean, bullish, that's not as bullish, right? Now, again, we could still close this 2-week chart, you know, bullishly, but the 2-week chart, you know, let's see what happens. That closes in 6 days and 9 hours. We finally get a 2-week candle to close, which is a big deal. You only get to a month. So we'll see how this closes. Let's take a look at the weekly here. The weekly, not looking great, right? You have an indecision doji, and then you're going to want to close a red candle. Now we're just starting on Monday, and this went, remember, this candle started red if you remember last week. And it looked like we were going to start to go down. And I said, well, we have a whole week. Let's see what happens. And that week went by like this. Insanity. Shout out to the 2,500 beautiful souls here on the live. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Stay positive. You are the opportunity. You know, I woke up and you got down over the red, you weren't able to find your way into the green because you'd be so kind of caught up in the red. So you want to push yourself no matter what to believe that you are the opportunity and that anything is possible, okay? And that's the key, all right? I think I just swallowed a seed there. So, you know, the weekly doesn't look amazing for Bitcoin. And you got to start thinking, could you pull back to the 21-day moving average? Because whenever you gap this far away from the 21, I mean, here we gapped up a little sideways. There we gapped up. And look at the sides of the gaps. You know, just kind of compare. You know, and I'm not saying but just compare them. That's a gap up before we had to go sideways. We got that far away from the 21 before we had to go sideways. And I'm just showing you they're both smaller than the last ones. You know, that's about what you do before you start headed back to the 21-day moving average. I'm not saying it's guaranteed here, but I just want to kind of put it on your radar. All right, maybe an opportunity here in Bitcoin land. Hold on, because dumping and pumping after this dump here, it could create some opportunities. So, let's see here. I want to make sure I'm on perpetual futures. I always have like 15 windows open. All right, here we go. All right. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me. So yeah, listen, losing the 21-day moving average, bearish, right? Losing the 200 on the 15, you open up a short immediately. You're in the money. I will teach you how to be a boss with the 200 MA on multiple time frames. You'll be able to scalp, swap, swing trade, big time frame, small time frame, altcoins at the low, Bitcoin at the highs. You'll be unstoppable when I'm done with you. You'll be unstoppable when I am done with you. So, nasty dumpage. We're going to kind of look at the levels of where we're going. Let's continue my top-down analysis. That will help us. But yeah, I mean, right there, could have entered a short when the 5-minute lost the 200 MA to the downside. You don't usually catch me shorting on a Monday, though. I know the days that I like to trade hard. It's Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I don't generally like to trade too hard on a Monday. It's not my thing. So we're looking for this type of move here for BTC, right? I mean, this is plausible. This could make a lot of sense. And we'd pull back. We could come all the way back down to the 618. 80K is possible. I'm not saying this is guaranteed. But you got to start, putting this in your, 50%, 60% possibility rate. Not just, only up, only. Crypto Twitter's telling you only go up. When I scan through crypto Twitter, there's not a lot of grounding common sense there. It's all or nothing. It really is. And everyone that wants, I know how to get the most views and the most clicks on Twitter. Some days I stop posting those clicks because it's just like, what coin, you know what I mean? I'll post a beautiful post about my life, hanging out with my kids. It'll get some posts. And I'll say, what meme coin should I get on XRP? It'll get 10,000 views. You know what I mean? I know how to get the most views and engagement. But is that the engagement that you want? It's funny, I'm just a purist when it comes to life. I just want to find that purity in life. And that's not how my mom was. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get a pullback here on the weekly time frame. I've been saying it for a long time. And if this weekly candle closes red, you have to start assuming pullback, pullback, pullback. You've gone up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7 weeks straight. And if you conclude these two, about 10 weeks. It's never always lovely forever. There will be a pullback in this game. It's just the hardest game. A bull run is hard. When do you sell? What if this is the end? I get it. This is not the end. Ethereum did not hit the all-time high. There's so much more to come out of this market. There's a good chance we uptrend in a flag and pull the 21 with us, and we don't make this nasty pullback. We just go sideways. You have to remember, I'm not setting in stone what's going to happen. I'm giving you the possible opportunity to be able to see what's possible so you aren't blindsided. So we want to see this could come out, and then we would get the breakout. I've seen this many times in a very bullish time. The stochastics will pull back. They won't even, you'll get something like this, and you'll still boom. And that measured move takes us, in a timely fashion to about 145,000 by February 10th. Valentine's Day, somewhere by the beginning of March, we're at $145,000 BTC. Okay. That's what I possibly see happening here for Bitcoin. So it's the Twisted Sister yet again, like I always do. Either one, I'm buying there, I'm buying there. I'm buying both of those areas, you see? But there's definitely, if you think we're just going to keep ripping out of nowhere to the upside, it's possible. But it says we're getting a little bit of a slowdown here, even by these three candles. We're slowing down. The RSI is overbought now. The stochastics RSI are curving at the top. We had our run. Run start at the bottom, they end at the top. That's the 1 minute time frame. This is when you take some profits off the table. Period. Right? Anyway, it is what it is. Most people won't listen, but I'll be here every day. Let's go to the 3-day chart, which is sporting now a bearish divergence. So now you got a bearish D on the 3-day chart, suggesting a dump somewhere near or close to the 21-day moving average. All right? Same story, morning glory here, as my mother used to say. Shout out to my mom. I love you, Mom. God bless you. Shout out to my dad. God bless you. I was dreaming about my parents last night. So let's take a look here on the daily time frame. If you're new to the channel, I'll ask my mom and dad. My dad in 2023, my mom in 2024. I can't even remember anymore. My dad in 2022, my mom in 2023. My dad in May of 2022, my mom in November. I can't believe it's been a year since my mom has passed. It's just so weird. And soon it will be 2 years since my dad has passed, which I find just so weird. The people you've been with your whole life, and then, it's been a strange couple of years so far without my mom and dad. I felt a little odd, My dad used to call me every day and ask me how I was doing. My dad called me all the time. My mom called me too, but my dad called me all the time, man. My dad never went a day without, it was very rare he'd go a day without calling me. The 3-day overbought, but the stochastics look interesting. Could we get that move further to the upside? I'm in the middle here. I'll tell you what, they got us, they could dump us, they could pump us. The bearish divergence tells us that a dump is coming and likely, and you can kind of see that it could be beginning now. They induced the longs one more time for that push up, which was the trade we made on a short squeeze, right? Only to get anyone who may have got a short stop there. So wow, look at this, and we're going to continue to break this down now. Now the daily time frame. When I was looking at the daily, look, it looked like we had made this, and we were going to do a bullish retest. And you don't want to break back inside the pattern. You can say we did. And you can say, well, it's also a rising wedge, and rising wedges break down 68% of the time. All right. Daily is near the 21-day moving average, but you will break the 21 in times of pain. This could be a wick. They could be just getting people to kind of sell off here, but definitely, a rough day. Now, there's hard divergence on the daily. So, do you short a bull run? I mean, you could put in a head short right now with a stop inside the pattern or on the other side of the pattern. The idea is if this continues to dump, you're covered. If we get down to 86, 90,000, you'd be looking for the double bottom there at 91.6, or maybe the stop over here at about 95,600. We're going to take a look at liquidity. And again, BOOKMAP has been telling us that it would like to take us lower for the last 2 days. This says it wants to take us all the way to 97.4. That's where the stops are. Whoever longed this morning and thought they got pretty, and they were like, oh, we got this, right? And now they're like thinking, oh, maybe I can stay in this one. I like to pay myself regularly, and then I don't have to sit inside that mental and emotional turmoil of whether you're going to be in or out of that trade for the rest of the day. It doesn't work too well. But this suggests we go down to 97.5 pretty soon, and there's just way more liquidity to the downside than to the upside. So look out for your stop to get squeezed. Looks like some long liquidations may be coming here. That's what BOOKMAP does. It shows us where other people have their stop losses, right? Like, so we can see where they're likely going to get taken out of the game. And then we can counter trade that liquidity, and it kind of makes us smart money in a way. So this looks bearish right off the bat. 97.8. Wow. All the way back to 97. So we start the day. We up last night. We're ripping. We had 100,000. We dump back down to 98, right? We rip all the way back up to 100,004. We dump all the way back down to 97.8. I mean, that's a false move Monday, I'll tell you. And I tell everyone, be careful about false move Monday. Remember, we went over Forex 2 this week. We have 8:30 CPI on Thursday. We have 8:30 a.m. PPI. No, 8:30 CPI on Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. We have 8:30 PPI. So CPI Wednesday, PPI on Thursday, if I'm correct. So we're going to have some heavy volatility this week. Expect some type of pullback here, in my humble opinion. And we're going to break this down to a smaller time frame. But right now, could be a short. Am I going to short the market? I don't like to short Bitcoin in a beautiful uptrend, in a bull run. It's hard for me to do. It goes against a lot of what I do, but it doesn't mean I can't scalp short here and there. I did the other day. Small time frame, a short is a win, a short is a long is a short. They're the same thing. You flip the chart upside down, right? So the thing is, this looks a lot like a reversal pattern, but it also could be a continuation bear flag, right? You see Bitcoin dump all the way back down here to the downside. So it does look dumpy, right? But look, that's upside down. So, I just flipped your mind, right? You're like, wait, I knew what he was doing. Some of you knew exactly what I was doing. Some of you just got caught off guard. And if you got caught off guard, I hope so, because now you think differently about your TA. Now you're like, wait, my bias was just ripped out of my hand. He just ripped my bias. Like, I was short with him, and now I don't even know what's going on. Now he's got me really freaking out. That I need you to kind of think what you think, and then unthink what you think, and then through you want to be 5 different people when it comes to your TA, and then realize it's all about probability. You're not right or wrong. You never were. You're only taking a probability that made more sense than the other one. That's it. That's all. That's all you were doing. For years, I thought I was right or wrong. I wasn't. I was just taking the higher probability. None of us were right or wrong. Now, is this the time to long? Do you get into a long right now and defy the entire industry? I don't tend to do that. I wait for the indications of the small time frames to give me a higher probability. I used to do that. But, there's a lot of I hope and pray, and I think I bought the bottom, as opposed to, I have a high probability moving average that's likely going to pay me here. We talked about this last night. We said the 22 and the 2 hour did not look good. Bearish divergence on the 22 time frame, right? And overbought stochastics RSI. I mean, that's not when we open longs. My checklist, if you go over my checklist that you take, if you took my class, it does not say we get in when the stochastics are high and when there's bearish divergence. We get in when there's bullish divergence, when the stochastics are low. This tells me there could be a major pullback in the market here for Bitcoin. That's also a bearish engulfing candle on the 22-hour time frame. I mean, that's nasty. Absolutely nasty what happened in the last 22 hours. And even this, look at this wick on the 12-hour, suggesting a major dump is about to occur here for Bitcoin. So the 12-hour and the 22 both look absolutely horrible. The 8-hour was indecision, right? Which means it could have rolled over, could have went sideways. It looked good last night had we bounced back to the top of the channel. And now you can see we're also losing this trend line, like kind of we're right on it. And we're starting to lose the trend line as well. Wow. Wow. So bearish div on the bigger time frame starting to pull through. And then the 4-hour even has that Adam and Eve. And this was at cat ears last night too that we went over. Still can't believe I pulled off the long trade this morning. Like if I told you how long, no one would have believed me. I said you didn't long today. It was a red day. But we somehow did. So where are we going? I mean, you're likely to drop down to the 4-hour 200 MA. First stop is going to be here. You're going to have a little bit of up and, you're going to have some support at 97,002, like we discussed. Right? That's weekly. And then possibly there at 95.8. So there's going to be some chop around here. But once you lose 95.8, I just don't see how you don't drop down to about 93,000, and hit that 200 MA. Let's take a look at the 1-hour 200 MA. Did we lose it? Yeah, see, we're losing the 1-hour 200 MA. And I'm bullish when we gain it. I'm bearish when we lose it. We talked about this morning just longing because we had bounced off the 1-hour. Same scenario here. Can we just short? And I may be able to just pull off a short here. I'm in the middle. It is a Monday, so I'm going to, but, the market's telling me, hey, the momentum is to the downside. There's a high probability play that we could get in right here and we could enter a short right here. I could risk like $100 of what I'll do is I'll enter this short with $100 of what I made today. You see? So that way, if the short pays, I get paid an extra bit of money. If the short doesn't pay, I'm all right. You see what I mean? It doesn't matter. So let me kind of look at this here for a second. Today's a strange day. I was even having a glitch on my TradingView app. Like it was making long. See, this is making long rays every time I make a ray. I don't know why. I refreshed. I logged out. I'll delete the cookies in a second and see what's happening. Look, you also lost the 5-bit at 200 MA. Dumpage. We sold that top like bosses, everybody. I sold 101.2, and then it went up. I was like, oh, looked like it was going to be one of those days. Do we go even further? And my mind said, Sam, don't get caught up in this nonsense. Just sell a daily win, and we'll go from there day by day by day. You know what I mean? Okay, so this is here. Boom. Boom. And then oversold stochastics RSI. Could this come all the way up here to 100, 450? Get a bounce. Let me finish my top-down analysis here now. I technically don't like shorting Bitcoin. I just buy more. Like right now, I think buying more Bitcoin right now is the best bet. Anything below 75 to 95,000 is a steal. You got to start looking at the bigger picture. Eventually, Bitcoin will be 750 grand in 5 to 10 years. I used to tell people this when Bitcoin was $5,000, and they used to say, "Oh, that's too expensive. I can't afford it." And I said, "No, you can get a little bit." And I said, "And you just buy a little bit here and there." I said, "Eventually, it's going to be $100,000." And they looked at me like I was crazy. I was at 20x on their money just 5 years from now. 5 years ago, 20x on their money. I'm just saying, so it is what it is. You can't force it. March of 2020, it dipped down to $33,000. We're talking 5 years ago, 4 years ago. I mean, you can't beat those type of returns. But anyway, I did what I could. I told as many people as I could about BTC. I really did. The 1 hour looks like it is going to roll over to the downside, in my humble opinion. The 1 hour does look like it's going to roll over. So let's take a look. What I would watch is you watch your 5 minute make a flag. And there's your 21-day moving average. You're a little far for the 21. So it's the same thing. Like, what you'll do is you'll eventually flag out. You'll make a flag and you'll be able to go, you know, I'll just use this for today until we get that figured out. But this is the flag, right? And then that's my measured move. Good enough, man. When in doubt, do what you got to do. You know what I mean? But so we're looking for this flag. We're looking for the 21-day moving average to come and interact with price action. And that should be the enter of the next big short if I want to be really nice about it. So I use the small time frames to attempt to execute perfect entries on the bigger time frames. Doesn't work every day, but it works. Like, I'm like 70% of getting like exact, like basically once I get in, the trade starts to go the other way. Like, it never goes the opposite way. Like, if I get into a long, I want to see green continue. I don't want to see it turn red for an hour and then, you know what I mean? I just want to see it rip. Right now, Bitcoin is struggling 97.7, and it does look like it's lower. The measured move lower does take us down to about 94,500. These are some pretty fast moves to the downside here for Bitcoin, and give some good last-minute prices here for altcoins. Last chances to get in for people before bigger rallies. All right. Yeah, right there. So, like, I was even saying, just let's go to the 1 minute. 1 minute collapsing right off. In the 1 minute is hitting. So I flip this stuff upside down, and you can kind of look at it like this. Crazy, right? This is a flag right here. And I got muscle memory from that. But that's a flag, right? And then your measured move is the length of this hole. You could break all the way to the upside, go somewhere here to 94,864. Please forgive me today. Technical difficulty on the TradingView widget here for whatever reason. We don't know why. I'll delete a cookie and figure it out. But we'll, you know, we can always just use regular TradingView. But I like to draw on my perpetual chart so I can see what's happening. This chart is upside down. I want to make that clear. Looks like we could continue lower down to 94,700 for Bitcoin. You're looking for some type of bullish divergence here. You do have a swing up while price action swings down. Could hold us. Wow, that's crazy. Look at that. They did it last night. Ripped, dipped, ripped, dipped, ripped, dip. I mean, it's been a struggle the last. It's just like trading chop the last few days. Look at it. It's been like, you know, it was all fun. It was all up only, and now it's been. So when you see chop pull back, don't trade the same as when things were awesome. You got to pull back. All right, you got to pull back. We re-engage when the market becomes frothy again. We'll know. We'll be above 200 MAs. The charts will start to show us. So here's the deal, in my humble opinion. Let's take a look at this in the 1 hour time frame. I mean, some say, you know, you're dangling. You're dangling at 97.6. Did you lose the bottom of the trend line? You could say, no, you're still kind of, could you bounce? There's a chance you could bounce. And if you bounce, you would bounce back pretty fast, right? 15-minute doesn't look good. Still wants to come down on the stochastics RSI. They got room to go down. The 45, sorry. 30-minute looks ugly. Yeah, 50 minutes still does look ugly. 10 minutes, finally, you know, you're attempting to try to bottom here on the smaller time frame. Yeah, something like, you know, you could try, you're attempting to make an inverted head and shoulder. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. A little bit of bullish div right there as price action swings up. But it swings down here. But now you got local. So, you know, like I wouldn't long unless Bitcoin gets back above 98,000. You see, like everyone likes to catch the bottom. I'm not about that. I day trade the middle interim. So if this did this and then we made an inverted, then we broke out, then we cracked this 200, then I'd get in here and I'd ride this to liquidity and I'd make another $600 to $1,000. You know, and I could plan that trade way beforehand and be ready, but to me, it looks unlikely. It looks like we're going to continue to dump to the downside here for Bitcoin. So anything is possible. I don't overtrade Mondays. I'm surprised how much I made already on a Monday. I'm super excited about it. And you make $600 a day. That's nice. That's $4,200 a week, $16,000 a month. And, you know, you're looking at about $160,000 in 10 months. And again, some days you're going to make way less. Some days you're going to make way more. So, you know, bull runs, you can be making 10, 20 grand a day on some big days. If you swing right, for sure. Look, this is like a shoulder, a head, and kind of a right shoulder. Almost need the 30-second chart to really see what's happening here. And now I see it's almost like a slanted descending triangle, you see? And these mainly dump to the downside. I see more downside here for Bitcoin. Looks like a mass long liquidation about to occur as we slump further to the downside. Look at that. Brah. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. It looks ugly. You are away for the 21, so if you do jump, it might get a pullback, but man. And defying the bullish divergence, I would not long unless we broke back above 98,000, or even we get back above this. We're watching the 30-second chart right now because time, you know, price action's eluding us on any other time frame. And there you go, a 30-second dump to the downside. It does look like we're going to dump down to 97.5 and then possibly to 96,900. All right. Funny, investments, global crypto investments. All right. Bitcoin is highly likely in a super cycle, says prominent macro investor Alex Kruger. Alex Kruger says his thoughts on the current Bitcoin cycle, advising against drawing parallels with past cycles. According to Kruger, the crypto industry has seen its most significant shift, even moving from a barely legal status to becoming one of the top industries supported by the state within weeks. He compared this dramatic change to gold's transition in the 1970s, when President Nixon's decision to end the gold standard in 1971 led to a surge in gold prices from $35 to $850 by 1981. Kruger anticipates a major local top around March 2025, but points out that this should not be seen as the start of a bear market. He explained that such a peak would depend on factors like the rate of price increase, funding rates, and the broader economic conditions, while acknowledging the possibility. See, I even said that we would hit a top in March, right? Today. By my monthly analysis, it said, you know, do you favor a stop comparing the cycle to a prior cycles? Bitcoin is highly likely in a super cycle. The crypto industry has just experienced its most, I mean, maybe. It's one man's idea, right? MicroStrategy acquires more today, too, at $2.1 billion at 98,000 per Bitcoin and achieved a yield of 43%, quarter to date, and 68% year to date as of 12/8. Wow. 423,650 Bitcoin acquired for $25.6 billion at 60,000 per Bitcoin. Whenever I see that, I just rest easy. I breathe. I'm like, you know, I'm in a good spot, you know. The day-to-days can get in your head a little bit, but you always have to sit back and see, where are you in the long term? And I'm like, man, I covered myself a long time ago. When everyone else was partying and spending money, I was at home making pizza, you know, buying BTC. When everyone was wilding out, I was watching How to Become a Billionaire and a Billionaire, about living beneath your means. I lived in a one-bedroom apartment for 10 years for $1,450 a month in New York City, which was like the lowest you could pay then. I mean, for other people, it's like expensive, right? But for the lowest you could pay, really, in New York City. And my job went up. I started working. I was making, I don't know, $800 a week, $500 a week. By the end, I was making like $2,000 a week. My paycheck 4x'd in 10 years of working in the TV industry. And I did not change the way I lived. I stayed in the same one-bedroom apartment. You know what I mean? And that honestly, if anyone that wants to become a multimillionaire, a multi-billionaire, there's got to be. Now I live in abundance. Now the answer is never no, right? Escalate whatever I want, right? And again, and there's still discipline. But before, man, I'm telling you right now, I went without all the time because I didn't have it. I didn't, you know what I mean? I didn't have it. I worked for other people. I had to do what I had to do to make it happen. I knew where I was in life, and I grinded my way, and I'm still grinding. You know, I'm not worth, 30 mil. I'm not worth, 20 mil. Like, I got to get to the next level in life, right? And be able to help even more people. I see this as a descending triangle ready to dump to the downside here for Bitcoin. Looks like a short is in order here for BTC. All right. Stop loss above that point of control. Tight moving averages. You're on the 21. Same like when you're pumping, you pump to the upside here. Could be a rollover with bearish div. Then you start to roll over around the top a little bit. It could be a parabolic move to the upside. Are we starting to round off here? I mean, because it's Monday, I'm a little weary, but I would lean towards we're going to dump to 96,800. All right, I would lean towards we're going to dump, but I may be wrong. I know nothing but the fact about ignorance, and I don't know what's going to happen to Bitcoin right now. I'm not a time traveler. I haven't seen it before. I don't have the answer. Look, there it bumps. There is a bullish divvy here that's pretty strong. Doesn't matter to me because I don't buy this anyway. You see, I'd wait for us to cross that 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame. 30-second chart getting the reversal. Interesting. There is a bullish divvy here. But again, bulls have to break back above 97,841 to remain bullish. All right. Anybody get wrecked today? I just want to know, and I'm not trying to make fun of you. I just want to see kind of, I want to gauge what type of, anyone get wrecked today? Anyone get absolutely wrecked today? Anyone? Anybody? Just be honest. Be like, yeah, I read it wrong and I got absolutely sloshed. Put a 444 if you got rocked today. Yep. Okay. Got wrecked. Okay. Destroyed. Okay. I lost $200. Okay. 100% slammed. Okay. A lot of people did get wrecked today. All right. So look at this. So a lot of people did. I lost my house. I hope not, man. Just buying more spot. Did anyone get liquidated? Put a 000 if you lost your whole account. Put a 00 if you got liquidated on your whole account. Like you just lost it all. You got to start fresh. Yeah, I made it out. Okay, between 1 and 2. Someone got a 0 right there. Someone got a 0. We got some zeros. So we got some people lost their accounts. People got liquidated. Okay. And you're here to learn, right? Put a 111 if you're here to change that and you're here to learn today with the Crypto Lifer. Put a 111 if you're here to change that and you're here to learn today. You're going to use a stop loss for the rest of your life. You're not going to just go all the way. And you're going to really change the way you trade. Today's going to be the day you do not get liquidated ever again. You may get stopped out again, but you're never going to get liquidated again if you trade with me. I will not allow that to happen to you. You won't allow it to happen to yourself. You're going to set up rules and you're going to trade by those rules. And you're going to make a change. Today's going to be the day you make a change. All right? I'm going to be on you. Join the trading group so I can mentor you every single day and be on you. All right? Oh my God, so many without using a stop loss. Yeah, exactly. I think everyone's all smart and trading like, not everyone's all responsible. Trading like me, doing the right thing. Not the case. Just not the case. All right. Shout out to the channel sponsor, iTrust Capital. Great place to get yourself ready for your retirement. Go to iTrust Capital in the link or the QR code on the right side of the screen. All right. And don't forget about that fiat currency graveyard. Why I got into Bitcoin? Because they printed money to zero. And it only takes about 35 years, which means this event happens much more frequency. Look at this. A $5 million a year, a $10 million Hungarian peso, a $100 trillion Zimbabwe dollar. They're going to continue to print money. Eventually, the American dollar will be printed to zero. Eventually, over time. They're doing a pretty good job of keeping it sustainable, but over time, it will. And so finding yourself out of U.S., basically dollar assets, currency, assets derived in currency, and getting yourselves in something that has actual value is key. All right. Feel bad for everyone who got wrecked. Don't use too high leverage, people. 3 to 4x is enough, and you won't get liquidated. Shout out to P. Kirky asking about PEPE and DEGEN, and we got a super chat coming through there. All right. Hard to lose in crypto when you buy spot. Amen. I like what he just said, and that's why I don't force people to trade leverage. And I made all my money before I basically became a successful trader and never touched leverage. I decided to dabble in leverage because I had the time, I had the money, I'd already made it, and I said, okay, let me find out what people are doing with this leverage garbage here. You know what I mean? But I was never like, I didn't make millions of dollars trading leverage. I want to make that very clear. Look, that's a bit of a cup and handle. It's actually a 786 retracement money printer to the 786 right there. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's going to be huge. It's going to be the best you've ever seen in your entire life. It's great. It's the greatest of the greats. Leverage meaning day trade. 50x is just too risky, in my opinion. Honestly, I traded 100x for months at a time. Nothing is risky as long as you know your stop loss and you know your liquidation. It doesn't really matter. And I can prove it to you, but we can go over that at another time. All right. You can lose everything if you spawn DEGEN. Demand, if the price is moved up 1% at 1x, you're liquidated. That's not true, though. It's not true. It depends on how much of, you know, how much capital you're using. You see? Yeah. All right, like this guy's gonna make me trade 100x to prove him a point right now, right? Well, look, I traded 100x for a long time. I'm talking like 6 months straight. All right. Boom. Let me show you. There's no difference. Like this is about to dump. Clearly, like it's about to dump, right? Stochastics. It doesn't look amazing. I would take my short tool, right? And I'd be like, all right, double top, you're about to dump, right? I put my stop here. I'd say there's kind of where we're likely going to go, the measured move, right? I'd say we're going to head somewhere to 96.7. I go here and I put my take profit at 96.753. I put my stop loss at 97729. Okay, I drag it over. Go up here, make sure you can have this order placement confirmation on, just so you can see why you're doing this, right? It's been dumping since I said it, right? And you hit open short. Now hold on, something's off here. Yeah, so I'm risking 70 for 487, and I hit open short. I'll get liquidated at 102. My stop loss is 97. Like, it doesn't matter. And I go 170 for 480. And if the price moves 1%, I do not get liquidated. You know what I mean? It's like, and I put the stop loss. I could raise the stop loss up here. I could do whatever I want. And look, I can risk this 70 for 400 now. All right. Right? Little trade. Again, I don't even believe this good as short, really. I'm kind of in the middle on this. But I just wanted to show you how it doesn't matter. All right? It doesn't really matter. All right? I don't know. I'm like losing $60 for no reason. But the whole point about this is your risk is all defined by how much you're doing, what trade you're doing. Okay? Now, I could raise this back down to 25x leverage. Okay? And make the same trade. All right? Which is where I've been recently. And it just now you pull this over and you go for, you know, the same thing, 70. All right, click on here. And you go like, you know, I'm going to do 70 right here. Look, $60, you know, $60 for 1600. Now again, when I hit open short, all right, it's going to make the liquidation level way higher, of course, right? Actually, no, look, 102, like not much different, but I've changed it. So it really doesn't matter, man. As long as you know how to trade, it doesn't matter. Now, if you go to 150 to 200 and then it gets pretty tight. All right. Yeah. So I just want to show you that it doesn't really matter. All right. Anyway, so I had to prove a point there. I wasn't trying to be like, you know, kind of crazy, but look, shoulder, head, right shoulder. That's an inverted head and shoulder, is it not? They break up to the upside 68% of the time. So this tells me if we make a long right here with a stop right there and we double bottom, that we have a 68% chance of going the length of the pole. I don't know why that's doing that. Pretty weird. We go the length of the pole, which is the breakout. So this tells me there's a 68% chance you see Bitcoin at 98,500. All right. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed. It says there's a possibility. Now, we still kind of have this pattern there playing out too. Let's take a look. So now I don't know what's going to happen, but I tend to define, you know, now we're trying to figure out, like, is there a long? Is there a short? Is this the daily bottom? Are we going to go lower? Right? And that kind of, you know, I take away the spaghetti for a second here. I mean, this looks like you broke the trend line at this point. If you try to say you didn't, then, it, you know. I mean, that looks pretty bearish. Looks like you're kind of making some type of descending triangle that's going to end us. You do got that double bottom, but again, this is why when, you know, there's no, you could be like, oh, Sam looks confused. I'm not confused. I don't trade this area. I don't trade the gray. I know this is the gray. I trade when we break above the 200 MA because there gives me a high probability punch. And so I don't really have to stress anything else. I also do like this descending triangle. It tends to pay very nicely. It's like the most, for me, it's the pattern that plays out so regularly. It says that we're going to 96.8 here out of a descending triangle to the downside. So I'm calling bearishness for Bitcoin because you're making a low, a high, a lower low, lower high, a lower low, a lower high. I would assume a lower low, a lower high, and a lower low. Right now, the trend is your friend until it's not. We would have to break this $98,000 level for me to even begin to think that the bulls are in control. And then we'd have to break back above the 200 MA. I can't believe this is the same day that I just longed to 100,000. I really can't. If you told me that, I would never believe you. But I would believe if you told me it was false move Monday. I ladder my orders instead of stop losses. Sometimes I use them. I sound like a brokey. So, is it worth to buy right now? Rue Pedro. How cheap will the masses get the hottest assets in the world? Exactly, right? Leverage affects what you put in the trade. 5,000, 2x, 200 borrow. Exactly. Either way, you're trading 5,000 and you will get the gains above 5,000. 100%. It's about what you, exactly. 100%. Yeah, exactly. False move Monday. Welcome Wall Street. Exactly. Now, but they've been doing this for a long time. We've had false move Monday in cryptocurrency for a long, long time. I mean, kind of a shoulder, head and a right shoulder. Definitely got me kind of like, okay. Would love it if we daily bottomed here at 97.5. Psychological, 97,500. Pretty good place to be. I mean, that's an inverted head and shoulder. Says we can break out. You got above this like kind of neckline, so you can kind of say, well, Could even call it a bit, it's a double bottom, right? Shout out to the 333. This is crazy. Shout out to the 3333 0 current viewers. That's amazing. I don't think I've ever seen that like that. Shout out to the 3,330 people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. If you want to trade where we trade, where I made the trade today, hit the link here to go to Weeks. And Weeks is awesome. No issues at all, right? No matter where you're at, no KYC, no issues. Jump on in. Good in US, good in Canada, ready to go. Weeks. If you can trade on MEXC, jump into MEXC. The link is in MEXC below. Best spot prices just to build your portfolio. You don't even have to leverage trade. As I told you before, I made all my gains, and I never leverage trade to make a lot of gains. I now leverage trade because it's just an add-on of my knowledge. Like today, I knew I could make an extra $600 out of that move. Why not take it? And I executed at a high level, and I want to teach you how to do that. My goal is to teach. I really like teaching. I've made enough money. Making money is fun, but it goes so far. I mean, actually, I want to keep making money for the universe, right? But I also, I want to teach you guys. Look, that's an M pattern. In my humble opinion, you're still inside the descending triangle now. You made a lower high. This looks like it's going to dump to the downside. And again, just that short, using the 1 hour with a stop on the other side of the 200 MA is in the money. Again, just using the 200 MA. I'm not a huge fan of shorting in a bull market. It feels strange, but at the same time, a pullback is a pullback. And this looks like we could get a dump down here to 96,800 for Bitcoin. All right. Where's Solana support, do you think? I have a position in XLM at 50. Do you think it'll ever reach that price again? I don't think. I'd look at the charts, but I firmly believe XLM will come back again, but you never know. Who knows? I know nothing but the fact about ignorance. All right. Yeah, there's no way of telling that type of stuff. You want defined answers. Nobody has those. Not even me. Everyone thinks, the crypto lifer knows exactly what's happening in the market. No, he doesn't. He knows exactly how to execute his models when he sees them. There's a big difference. Okay? When I see a model, I'm able to execute that model. Look, tight moving averages up to the 200 MA. Many times when the moving averages get tight, we punch up just like a dump. Right? Tells me that we probably have bottomed here now. We're on the 30-second chart, just so you know. We had to use the 30-second chart because price action was pretty erratic. And the faster, the more erratic it moves, the smaller time frame you have to kind of go by. Just how it works. I don't make the rules. I just play by them. Okay? I mean, technically you say it made a symmetrical triangle. There was a good bullish divvy there. Right there that held us down. And a double bottom off of 97.5. So far, 97.5 is held. We have bounced nicely. If you had the gall to buy that, that's pretty gutsy on a Monday. If you got that call right now, you're kind of an all-star. A little bit of a loose cannon, but you did good. But yeah, rounded the bottom. You had the bullish divvy. RSI, look, the RSI rounded and started to move up before price action did. You got above the 50 now on the 1 minute. And definitely kind of a shoulder, a head, and a bit of a right shoulder there to the upside. Well, back to 98,000 for Bitcoin. And watch, they could flush it right back up. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP. Is the liquidity changing? Anything different here? Are they squeezing? So we still got all the liquidity to the downside. Nothing changed here above us too much. Really kind of put us into a new perspective at all. 100,005, we got an order up there I didn't really see before, but still lower. We broke back above 98,000 for Bitcoin. Gapped away for the 21-day moving average. Now look, this is going to be kind of like your cup and handy probably. So this could be the next possible scalp. I usually wouldn't trade this because my model, you know. But man, this could pump all the way back to the 200 MA. They're definitely going back and forth on the leverage traders. So they got a lot of new people. The emotions are crazy. They're jumping in. They're watching a YouTuber that teaches them no risk management. Right? They go full blown. They have no idea what's up. They get a new indicator. They just want to try it out. They see one of the first little signs. I'm in. I mean, good and bad. It's good for us. You can see there's a lot of squeezing going on. So if you know what you're doing and you have a model, we can use that liquidity to our advantage. It's sad to say, but it's the facts of life. All right. So the inverted head and shoulder breaks out. Things starting to move here to the upside. The dump is starting to slow down. Should be trading sideways in a couple hours. Should be, would be. Is a good thing to get. Is a good way to get wrecked. Yeah. Okay. Shout out to Billy Weiss in the house. Shout out to Encrypted. Shout out to Laker Freak 03. Shout out to Sheen Kuhn. Shout out to Little Time Mining. God bless you all for being here. So yeah, eventually this is going to come back to the 21-day moving average. And then if it's bullish, it's going to break out and continue to the 200 MA. If it breaks the 200 MA, then I might be in for a long. Just like I was earlier this morning. All right. Super chats, Litecoin, PEPE, DEGEN, and ETH. Keeping it light. I like you guys. Let's take a look at LTC. Everything should be red right now, right, with this Bitcoin pullback. Well, let's take a look. Yeah, Litecoin doing exactly what Bitcoin's doing. Okay. And now I would look for a pullback to the daily 21 on almost anything, really. You could pull like what I call a local fib, and yeah, somewhere at that 618. And just look for Litecoin to kind of do its thing here. Meander down, back down to that 618 and get ready for a big on pump. Get ready for a big old pump to the upside here. And I do see it headed back to 183 in only a matter of time for Litecoin. Short squeeze. Only way to see it is on the 1 minute. 100%. God bless you, brother. Yeah. So look, this dumped hard back to the 21. Got some cup and handle type vibes. Just not amazing. Let's be honest. Like almost cat ears, right? Like you get some vibes of just bearishness. We'll see though. Can we bounce off the 21? You know, small time frames are TGC. I'm not telling you what's going to happen here. I'm showing you that the small time frames are going to tell us what's going to happen. The probabilities will be there for us, and then we'll be like, okay. So now this is your pattern, see? And you do have to be nimble. And now you got kind of that boat, right? Ascending triangle. And now you are making the flag here. on the 1 minute. So there was money to be made on that reversal there. It's just not my go-to model. But no, there was a nice model. There's some money being made there for sure. Let's get back into the super chat. So what you people are saying? Pepe, baby, Pepe. Dude, the Pepe trade doesn't really seem to care. I'm still in the Pepe trade. And Pepe is ripping right now. I'm still in the Pepe trade. I never got out of the Pepe trade. And we're up 62% in the Pepe trade. Pepe continuing to rip. Unbelievable. It doesn't care. It doesn't care. And I still have my... I was like, you know... when the market dipped, I looked at Pepe trade, and the Pepe trade didn't really care. So I was like, I'm not getting out. I'm riding this thing 3x, you know. Shout out to Weeks. We're on Weeks with the Pepe trade. We're ripping it up 62% while Bitcoin's struggling. We're gonna find the coins that are hot. It's about being in the right coins at the right time, my friends. What are your thoughts on CoinGlass Binance liquidation heat map? It's awesome. It's good. It's good. Why does a Doge move like Pepe, and why does Pepe doesn't care in this direction? Because Pepe is being bought because it has many, many zeros. Doge has a lot of zeros, been around a long time. Pepe's only around like 2 years, and friends and family are telling each other what to buy for Thanksgiving. And they're like, well, Pepe's like, you know, could easily 5x your money. Like, if anything could 5x Pepe, you know? So people are buying Pepe because it's the simplest answer for someone when their friend asks them what to buy. The person says, hey, you know, Pepe. Think about it. What comes off your mind? I went into Target yesterday to buy a tablet, and the guy knew what Pepe was. I immediately said, what came off my tongue? I didn't even know what I was going to say. It was kind of impulsive, and I was like, hey, what about Pepe? And he was like, oh, yeah, Pepe, you know? It was the easiest thing to break the ice. I can use Pepe to break the ice with almost anybody now. Oh, how about that Pepe coin? Oh, yeah. Next thing you know, we're laughing. I get in on them. We start to talk a little bit. I'm a people person. I'm always working with people, finding out how they tick, learning how to talk to them. You know, I get somewhere. It's all an experiment for me, how to interact with that person. I love it at the mall, anywhere. All right. Let's take a look at PINO. And PINO was hot too. Let's take a look at what PINO was doing. And we gave you PINO. PINO looked really nice to me on the TA. Look at PINO just absolutely ripping. So PINO went for 127%. Had a tiny market cap too when we went over it. 32 million, 1.2 lock liquidity. And we were looking at PINO, man, and I said, man, it's got the Adam and Eve double bottom. I said 90% of the time these go. Look, all you got to do is find this this triangle with the semicircle, start buying the right side, go to sleep, come back a couple of days later. Like, it's crazy. I mean, again, it's not, I don't want to say that's, you know, but that's all I do, man, a lot of times, and it makes me money. This looks like it's going to rip right now. If anything's hot, it would be PINO, because the whole market's like, what? They're looking at what's hot right now. PINO is hot. I see PINO continuing for a move. And this now one tells 100% gains. And again, I don't own any PINO. It doesn't even matter to me. I'm nice enough to just show you what's hot. Look at the stochastics turning. Look at the flag. Look at previous support as resistance. That's technical analysis. Look at this. Look at the the length. And so PINO on Sol looks good to me. PINO on Sol, baby. All right. Bitcoin 101,300. Next dump, I'm calling it. I don't get it. It's going to go to 101.3 and then dump. I don't understand what you're saying. Yeah. Wow. So nice little breakout back to the upside there for Bitcoin. A strange flag. Almost needed the 30-second. I don't know really what it's doing. Oh, there you go. Could say it's attempting to make a bit of a rising wedge here. Or a double top M pattern there. Interesting. Now you got previous resistance as support. You broke back above 98,000. Beautiful. That's how you do it. Can the 30-second break the 200 MA? So this looks like a nice little move here. The entry would be there. You know, you'd see if you can. You're front running a lot of stuff, but there's some bullishness in the air. I mean, you've bounced. We found a 30-second bounce. So many people are just still seeing red candles in the 4-hour one. They can't, you know, they're not exactly sure what's happening just yet. Once you see this, you want to zoom out to another chart. You want to be looking at different charts at different times, at the same time, I mean. And again, we know this trend line's awesome. Dude, Bitcoin could just stay inside this and rip. Like, everyone's all bearish right now. Like, I showed you the bearish scenarios, but what if we bounce? We must stay open-minded. We must believe we're the opportunity, and we must be always ready to take that opportunity by storm. PEPE at a 72% gain. PEPE ripping, baby. PEPE! I love you, PEPE. Thank you for the gains, PEPE. So PEPE and Bitcoin, my Bitcoin swing trade and this PEPE gain, ripping. Can we bounce off the bottom of this trend line on the daily? Stochastics say we can. The trend line says we can. The bears tried pretty hard right now. So far, the bulls are holding us inside this pattern, saying no. A gutsy called along right there, but you know what? I would be front running the 200 MA on the 1 minute, but I like this. So here's the deal. I mean, go back to your 1 hour. It looks like we could make the same trade as we did this morning. When this closes above the 200 MA, we can get back in again. So insane. And then ride it back to the top of the pattern. Same exact trade I called out earlier today. Same thing going on here. Entry here, right? Stop loss below like 97,171. And this thing could cook. We want to see this 1 hour candle close in 36 minutes, 46 seconds above the 200 MA on the 1 hour time frame. Very important we get a close here above this yellow line. Understand? Well, look, we did it again, man. We you know, people come to this channel because when the market's dumping and pump, they get freaked out. And we calmly show you through patterns and through movement. And it's taken me years to be able to communicate in such a clear way to you. And the way in which I do, it's taken a long time. I was never able to do this until I went live every single day and perfected the skill of teaching it to you. Not only is it the TA, but it's can you convey the TA to others? Like that's another skill on top of TA. You could sit alone and do this pretty well, but can you show others how you do it? That's not easy. That's not easy at all. So can we get this pump to continue? The rising wedge suggested can. You got the rounded bottom and the bullish divvy. You have previous support, which became resistance. You SR flipped 98,000. I'm expecting a bounce here. I'm expecting us to crack through the 200 MA and punch up to 99,200. I wouldn't be surprised if we bounce to the top of the channel today and we're able to just to pattern trade through all of this up and down, up and down, up and down. Pretty interesting times to be alive, you ask me. I'm amazed I made the long today. When I woke up today, if I told you I was going to make that long, I didn't know. I was kind of in a fuzzy mood. My daughter's school was in a different place today. We had to do something different. We did it. We got it all done. And then, you know, next thing you know, I'm trading. I'm working out. I'm sweating. As I'm getting everything ready, my wife had something wrong with the stove. And she was like, and I had to sit there and I'm like in the middle of trades and she's like, I need you right now. It smells gas. I know. And I'm like, I'm looking at the chart. I'm like, I run to the stove. I'm messing with it. I figure it out. I get back in. It's such a crazy, you know, what a day, right? Then I put this coat on. I forget the tags on. She's cutting the tags off right as I'm about to say, hey, everybody. As I was saying, hey, everybody, she was cutting this last tag off. So funny, man. Things you can do on TV that you can't, you know, TV, right? But like, you know, behind the scenes. Shout out to everybody here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. You know, and I hope you love these little anecdotes for my day, man. Some days when I'm getting ready for the stream, I wish you guys could watch me. I'm like tripping over my pants. I'm like, I have 2 minutes. I'm like, I have 1 minute just to put the water. I forgot the lights. I'm like, and boom, then we're on. And that's why some days I am a couple minutes late because it's not easy every single day being on point. You know, super chats, PEPE and DEGEN. And now look, this did fall out of the pattern. You don't want that. It's got to stay in. Trend lines are important. You got to hold trend. Now, I guess I did not long this. I don't know. I'm not going to long till we break the 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame. Remember that. On the 1 minuto. Maria Menounos, right? I worked on her reality TV show for a long time. To me, that kind of fell off. But it's not the end of the world. But now you better not go below 98,100. You do that, I mean, then there was the previous support and resistance really didn't do a thing. So you gotta kind of, this thing's got to move. I guess you could almost try to say it was in this bigger trend line, right? Starting to show signs of a mini parabola back to the top. So it's telling me, yeah, it wants 99,200. But we'll see, one step at a time, you know. Almost a little bit of bearish dip there. That's flattens out and that pushes up. Man, it did pull us back. Again, I don't normally live trade on a Monday morning. I apologize for people that want to see the live trade, but you know, we need it. I don't normally live trade on a Monday. Jelly FC, we'll look at Jelly. I don't know why you're so adamant about this Jelly, but hey. And you said Jelly FC? Jellyfish coin. Okay, jellyfish coin just came out. No idea what it is. Could be a rug, which I don't want to be associated with, so I have no idea. You know, you may be playing one of those quick in and outs, and some of these kids just want me to put liquidity up there, so they kind of, I always get embarrassed. It isn't a flag. It looks like you could pump. That is tiny though. I would love if we find one of these and it turns into a 100x coin. We did find Chill Guy at a $40 million market cap. We did find Peanut when nobody knew about it. Both of those coins were on this channel before they ripped for massive gains. So, Lifer, check out Move. I like Move. Move's all right. Yeah. Pumpkin on Swee. Oh, yeah, we looked at Pumpkin yesterday. Is it still holding its gains? It's got a tiny market cap. It broke out. It's got a beautiful double bottom there. Interesting. And there you go. Bitcoin looking good, man. Like it's going to kind of finish this off here. I see it making a move up to 99,200. Looks like we're about to be able to make that long. Ever so, you know. It looks like it's coming to make that long. I like what I'm seeing. Let's take a look at your super chats of the fan funding. Shout out to Sean. Shout out to Jamie. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And PEPE just ripping now. PEPE just absolutely ripping. Bang, bang, bang. PEPE for gains, baby. Yeah, this guy is spamming. I'm gonna put him on timeout for 24 hours. Can we look at Wally new meme coin? Bitcoin 1 of it seems to be in a super big cup is forming. That's what we're saying here. There's your cup. Then you'll make the handle in the 1 minute time frame. Like dude's like saying it as I'm doing it. I always love that. Like, are you watching the screen or are you just speaking out loud? Please have a look at Shikuku if you can. I'm all set. Thank you though. God bless you, brother. I hope it goes well for you. Now, I will look at, I just like saying that. It makes people laugh. No pants Monday. The lifer goes commando every Monday. That's just not true. I am not commando. And now you're going to make me jump up and down and show my pants, which is a waste of time for everybody here on the show. So thank you. You just wasted everybody's time. But there's no way I'm going to act like I don't have a beautiful set of J. Crew Chino khaki pants on right now that just absolutely look wonderful with my suit and pants all the way. I got pants on, dude. All right. I dress up, you know, we have like, you know, we have people that come in and out of the house each day. I'm not going to walk out of my office in a pair of underwear, man. Let's get real. I'm the crypto lifer, man. I'm the real deal. All right. I wear pants. I don't play games. Bro started levitating. Yeah, I lifted myself up. I started like, yeah, I was levitating. Of course I was. It's not a stand-up desk. I was definitely levitating. If you didn't know that, then you don't know how to levitate. It's okay. We do teach. So look, there's your handle there. There's a cup and handle. There's my cup and handy. Every once in a while, I will break my other rules about the tutoring for a cup and handle because I'm Sammy Cup and Handy, baby. And we get those rippage to the upside. So look, that's a cup and handle. Your measured move is the length here. Let me get rid of this spaghetti because it's hard to see my cup. It doesn't sound right when I say that. I don't know why, it just doesn't. You know, because I played with a cup in hockey, and a cup covers your genitals. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest. You know, it's weird. So when I say that, you know, you see my cup, it's a little weird for me. But you know, there's a cup, and there's a handle, and we can see this beautiful cup and handle to the upside. It could go all the way to 99,260. And you know, before I knew my other strategy, many times I would just get in here and take this puppy to the upside. Stop loss, you know, let's just take it like somewhere right there, below 90. Now, this looks likely. I used to trade this exact pattern many times, and it is a cup and handle. You had a nasty dump, and the fact that you're strong, you did previous support as resistance. This looks very likely, at least to get you to 98,008. We could go from there. Laugh, Miles. I've been here for 2 minutes. I've been crying since I got here for the joke. Yeah, Tia and Tesla, please. Thank you. Hey, you know, I was talking to my wife the other day. She said, how come you never take me no place I've never been, you know? So I took her to the kitchen. What? I laugh at that joke because it's so sexist and ridiculous, but Rodney Dangerfield made it. It's funny, and I always do it in the Rodney Dangerfield voice. Hey, I get no respect over here, huh? I get no respect. Hey. So funny, man. But that joke never gets old. Like, it always makes me laugh. Like, it always makes me laugh, and I know what I'm gonna say when I'm gonna say it. Like, it's just, that guy was a genius, man. When you can make a joke that good that it never gets old, like, you're the best. Like, who is better than Rodney Dangerfield, man? The guy was amazing. Hey, I get no respect over here. Hey, I tell you what, hey. He was sweating so hard on the Johnny Carson show. Hey. When I was born, I came out so ugly the doctor slapped my mother. Man. So again, I don't trade any of this stuff until we break the 200 MA. I've learned my lesson. I used to sit here bopping and flopping and groping all day long. I learned now this trend is not your friend until they cross the 200 MA. Look, I mean, you do see? Yeah, you didn't see me go open my perpetual and open the trade. I start to look at the trade. But dang, man, that really should have held. That looked nice. That could have held beautifully. We're still on the 30-second chart, just so you know. Kind of mapping out price action here. Ugliness. And always be ready to change it up. What is this? That's the smooth moving average. If we got above the smooth, things would change too. Man, that looked nice. So now, what are we doing here? Let me take a look, Ski. So now I have a major resistance at 98.4. You can see here, you're attempting to do a double bottom off of 97.8. Okay. There we have it. And can you make a shoulder ahead and a right shoulder here and get on out of here? All right. That's how we plan the escape out the skin. All right. That's it. In the world of fly girls, until I call her, right? You know. 99,225 here for Bitcoin, still on the board with the low, the high, the higher low. The monkey, right? The tiger, Wayne's World. The monkey, diddy. This one. The tiger. Did you ever see that? It was so funny. Anyway, sorry. Hey, Lois, I think I'll grow a beard. That's right. My name's Peter Griffin. For all the new people, we do a Peter Griffin. I used to do it all the time. I haven't done it in a while. Yeah, Chris, go to your room. My name's Peter. In Quahog, I watch crypto, the crypto lifer, every single day. Everyone here in Quahog, Rhode Island, we love it. That's right. What, you got a problem? You got a problem with crypto lifer? Why, you don't like how he trades? You don't like the 21 or the 200? You got a problem? Hey, you know what? You should beat it. All right? We don't need you here. Oh, man. Sam, I told you to stop doing it. Your Marky Wahlberg's way better than your Peter. All right? All right? I played a cop. I played a fireman. It doesn't matter, Sam. It doesn't matter. I can direct your way right through this. So anyway, can we get the shoulder, head, or right shoulder, continue through this to the upside? Are we going to collapse further to the downside here for Bitcoin? I'll tell you what, it doesn't look amazing. Let's look at our bigger time frames. You should try the 33. You should try to keep your mouth shut over here. How about that, huh? How about that, huh? How about that? You should try to shut your mouth. No, I'm just joking around, man. But honestly, it doesn't matter what moving average you use. You'll be good at it no matter what. Yeah. As long as you use that one moving average over and over again and you just buy when you cross it, like, you'd be surprised. You can do that for any moving average. I've extrapolated the data. Wow, good to know you have a backup career as an impressionist if trading doesn't play out. Trading already played out. It's already over, man. Yeah, that's already determined. Trading already did play out. At this point, I'm sitting pretty. We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, and you never know what God has in store for me. So one step at a time. Let's take a look at Pepe, baby. Pepe all-time high. And you know when Pepe went to all-time high? It was gone, baby, gone. So they did a little dolphin dip and then continued to rip it. But we started getting into PEPE down here. And this was the call for PEPE. I made the call in the inverted head and shoulder. I got in right here. And PEPE just continuing to rip. I did sell for about $1,000 win there, and then it went sideways. And I probably would have just be up like 1,500 after all the weight. But PEPE doing damage. I like what I'm seeing for PEPE. And to me, it left the pattern, got back inside the pattern, like period. Like it left, got back inside. And now it's going to hit that measured move with the length of the pole. Up to about 3418 for PEPE. All right. Even better, very well deserved. God bless you, man. Temu back at the buy zone. No fire, Lorosa. You're not wearing any pants. I don't know what that means. Shout out to Justin Campbell. Would you please check out Brett ETH chart? It's not the base chart, but Brett ETH. No, sorry. How much will ETH price dump to your predictions? Peak chart update, somebody says. Wow, we got a lot going on here. Wow, so Bitcoin just can't hang. Can't hang, man. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to look at a bigger time frame for BTC here. And just kind of look at what we're looking at. Yeah. So struggling to stay above the 200 MA on the 1 hour. A rounded top here. A bit of an Adam and Eve. A rising wedge. I got mixed signals. 1 hour candle closes in 21 minutes. And it's going to, we want to see it close above the 200 MA. Right now, it's going to close indecision doji style. I will say, though, look at it. 1 hour bullish div. Right there. That's pretty strong. 1 hour bullish divergence is pretty strong. It tends to play out. 4 hours oversold, wants a bounce, but doesn't look amazing. 15-minute looks like a shoulder ahead and a right shoulder rolling over. Rolling over. Starting over. That looks nasty. Measured move takes you somewhere to about 95.8. So honestly, unless we can get back above the 200 MA on the 1 minute, I'm not longing. Unless we can get back above the 200 MA on the 1 hour, that will also add to the idea that the long will play out. Right now, you have to stay short. Your mentality has to be short at the present moment in time until the bulls present that they could do something different than what we're looking at. At the present moment in time, they're unaccounted for, the bulls, and it looks like the bears are taking over. All right. That's a right shoulder. That looks like you're rolling over here on the 7-minute time frame. You could say, though, it's the cup and handle. See, it's like Mondays are tough. I always clear my mind and I come back strong Monday night. And again, I won my first trade of the day. I don't know why I was playing around with that other example. No need to do that. But I mean, that's a cup and handle right there. I'm about to long that. I'm about to just long that just because I'm Sammy Cup and Handy and call it a day. And just say, I don't care anymore. You know what I mean? Like, Sammy Cup and Handy. It's crazy. I can't use my tool at the present moment right now. Something's wrong with the tool. It's acting up. So, can I use the original? They got Fibonacci. Do they have they got price line? Oh, what I can do is I can make the lines here and then I can go grab them maybe on TradingView. Will the line stay there on TradingView? That would be cool if it stayed there. No, it won't. That looks like you're going to move. That's a cup and handle. I mean, this is why they call me Sammy Cup and Handy, because we find the impossible. We really do. We find the impossible. I'm going to have to shut my computer down and hope it works, right? For some reason, the tool that makes the lines is making these extra long lines out of nowhere. I don't know why. We don't know why. The script is off. Stochastics pointing up. Cup and handle. You draw your Fibonacci. You're bouncing off of the 618 fib. I mean, that's beautiful. We get the pump up to the 200. Can Bitcoin stop this pain and change the game? All right. Let's take a look at the S&P futures and see if they broke structure from what I've been looking at. Inverted head and shoulder there. All right, wants to bounce. But that's fine. Look, the stock market, in my humble opinion, see, I have it in this rising wedge. The stock market's supposed to drop and come back down and test, you know, one of these two levels there, 6,000. I expect it to drop because it's just, that's what I see happening. Now, it may not. And the S&P, I gave this trade back here on the macro technical analysis at the beginning of November. You're still in massive gains, 1 month, and you're in massive gains in the S&P. Massive gains. So congratulations to anyone that did stay in there. Another 5%. That's pretty awesome. So, and I see a bigger move for the S&P all the way up to 69, 68. All right. For sure, but still messed up. What the heck? Oh, yeah. Superchats, DEGEN, ETH, and Tesla. So S&P looks interesting to me, and so does the NQ, the NASDAQ. And I've made these calls, and I showed you guys exactly where to get in. And at this point, the call is huge. That would be a bullish retest. And as long as the NASDAQ doesn't go lower than 21.3, you're in the money, man, for a bullish retest. I see this continuing to rip. Now, you could open it up and say, okay, maybe it doesn't come back. But no, I say no, because that trend line has to be, you have to be strong about it. That's a bullish retest. I see this making a flag here somewhere above the levels, the tight moving averages, and the NASDAQs continue to rip. Which means that I don't see how Bitcoin doesn't rip too, but we never know. Let's look at DEGEN. And DEGEN's just a call you got to hold if you can hold. DEGEN was ripping. It did great all the way up to 239. And then today with the Bitcoin pullback, it pulled back, right? That's just what happens. Bitcoin dumps. It's going to, you know, mess with your coin. But as long as you stay above the 200 MA there on the 4 hour, you're in good shape. And it's actually making a bit of a cup and handle. This will be a one last chance to get into DEGEN after it bounced off that 706 in the golden pocket there. And again, maybe it collapses and goes to zero. You never know. But I put about 8 to 9 grand in DEGEN. I'm still up from where I got in. And I'm going to continue to hold my DEGEN until we get all the way up. I'm selling DEGEN at 3.9 on a swing trade. I'm not holding it the whole bull market. I'm turning 8 grand into about over 8 grand, and I'm walking away. It's going to take me hopefully about a month and a half at the most, and that's it. Let's take a look at Ethereum. And maybe it doesn't happen, but that's the plan that I've instilled in my mind. Ethereum looked like it was in a rising wedge, going to break up beautifully to the upside. I loved what I was seeing for ETH. It's getting tight, showing signs. Looked a lot like the NASDAQ, right? They look almost identical. Are we going to get a nasty pullback? Right now, today is really what happens. Bitcoin holds its own, stays and maintains 98, 99,000. ETH punches back up. We get the pump. I'm a firm believer that ETH is going to make a big move here and come to the upside. I do not see ETH breaking 38, 37.50, but if it does, it could make a right shoulder. You know, I don't know. Anything is possible. Right now, I'm more bullish than bearish on Ethereum. And this is the setup that I have out here, is this rising wedge for a breakout, right? RIOT and Mara at a glance. Longer term time frames. Love you, Sammy. Yeah, let's take a look at RIOT on the bigger idea here. So RIOT, when you look at it, is in a giant cup and handle, right? You got the cup here. These are mining firms. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. This is just educational purposes only. I'm going over coins and charts. So RIOT looks like it could continue to break out to the upside here. It did get a resistance, but it broke above the crowd. They've been getting good, a lot of good publicity in the news. And RIOT's always had, the miners and even Bitcoiners seem to like RIOT. Some people hate, when I say that, some Bitcoiners don't like the mining companies because they sell so much Bitcoin on retail and on the market, right? Because they're the ones that really produce a lot of Bitcoin, and they tend to dump it to pay for operating costs, right? So when there's scarcity, but it's needed. It's a much needed effect on the market too as well over time. So, I see it just maintaining. You don't want to see it ever go back below that point of control. It goes back below 980. We're going to have a bit of a problem. Even $11, you'd really want to see it stay above 11. I look for a bounce here, get tight, and then a bigger move coming for RIOT, in my humble opinion. And then this giant cup and handle has a target on the bigger time frame, somewhere to 30. Says it could get there by June. Take its time. Let's take a look at Mara. I own Mara stock, just to put that out there in case you wanted to know. We got it at $8.63 back in October of 2023 when I made the initial call. It pumped all the way back up to 30, only to come back down again. Every time Mara hits 30, I'm like, I should have sold it there. Should have sold it there. It's like, I've been a long-term holder of this puppy, and I see it just maintaining this sideways kind of price structure as it gets ready for what should be, some type of monumental move at one point. I would like to get out between 48 and 60. That's when I would like to slowly scale out of the position. And so I'm watching for this to happen. That looks like it could take somewhere by June, and I'll be done with this Mara position. And that's what I look at for Mara on the bigger time frame. Yeah, super chats, Tesla and ICP. We called Tesla just the other day. We gave you a nice little move on there on Tesla. I showed you the setup. I don't even like to use the word call because it's kind of corny, but I made the word, I showed you the technical analysis that played out pretty nicely to the upside. Even gave you when to enter here. We talked about this a long time ago. I don't know if you remember, but I was looking at Tesla and I said, there's your entry right there for Tesla at about 190. I said, I don't see it going any lower. Had you made that call 190, you'd be up huge at 380. And I made that call not too long ago. It was live, actually. You can clip it out. And I said, that's your bottom for Tesla. We saw the shoulder, head, right shoulder, cup and handle, and we were able to rip to the upside. Then we were able to find this smaller flag that I put out. Someone asked about it earlier, and I saw this cup and handle. We made another call for Tesla at 348, and Tesla ripped all the way up, it looks like, to about 403. My target for Tesla is 467. Looks like it's going to get there somewhere by Christmas. And I gave you the call at 180. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Another guy saying you should be taking his financial advice, but that was just, and use the same strategies that I teach on cryptocurrency. You could trade the stock market very simply and easily, exactly the same way. Shout out to anyone that took my Tesla call or that was able to figure out that with the education that I provide, that Tesla was likely going to make a move. It was pretty obvious to me. All right. You also had, Elon and a lot of positive information. You got to put two and two together and be able to make that connection there, right? Well, ICP was in that rising wedge, but kind of went down with the sideways price action here. Again, with Bitcoin following around. Let's take a look at where Bitcoin is now. Bitcoin's at 98,000 even, attempting to hold 98K here for BTC. So we got a little move out of the flag. And now it's making it inverted. Now it's kind of like, okay. The longer it does this, the more you got to believe that you're making the higher low here for the day. And it likely could have been the bottom of the daily candle right there. That was the daily wick. You see? Again, I can't move that like I normally can. I'm like, why? I'm like, because you made it. I'm like, it's not one of those like... So I've got to do my TA like that. It's pretty funny. Hey, it's spot on. That looks like a breakout, inverted head and shoulder out. That's a cup and handle. The handle doesn't always have to be a perfect, it doesn't have to be a falling wedge, like a perfect falling wedge. Many times the handle can very well just be, a symmetrical triangle, any type of wedge or triangle. That's a higher low there too at 97,000, 98,000 there too with the punch. And now we're getting tight. Again, symmetrical triangle, this breaks down. You head back to 97.5. It breaks up. You head back towards the 200 MA. Let's take a look at SOFI and CAPI. All right. I see ICP headed lower too as well, just like Bitcoin. But again, DCA, use the fear to add. I mean, you do whatever makes you happy, but I would use the fear to add to projects that I didn't have a chance to get into. We take a look at the Fear and Greed Index. It's at 78. Beautiful place to be. You can't beat that. That ain't bad. Fear and Greed Index hanging out at 78. BB, thank you so much. Loving the suit jacket. It's really nice. It made me feel like $1 million during the stream. My wife is amazing, man. She out of nowhere was like, I got this for you. I think you'd really like it. She got the vest in this. What a blessed woman she is. Honestly, man, Bitcoin's struggling. And again, can we hold off on this bullish divvy, or is that going to be it? And it's definitely a false move Monday. They are making it very difficult to figure out any type of sauce. Like they're just like, they're basically, if there's a move, they're drawing it out. Like they're making it seem way longer than it should take. Can you look at your thoughts on movement? Just listed on MEXC. I'm wondering if it's overpriced. Cheers. All right. Finally, the higher low in the set. Still a cup and handle. Sammy Cup and Handy. The measured move of that cup and handle takes you to about 99,000. I really want to trade it, but it like breaks my, because the old me, I would trade this all day long. I didn't know about the Tutor May until about 2 years ago. I used it and saw it, but I didn't know its power. Like, I didn't know the Tutor May had that much power. See, I would be here, the stochastic would be high, and I would sell right there, and then we would cross and pump, and I'd be like, whoa, what? Like, once I realized how powerful the Tutor May was, my trading changed. I lost way less money. I knew when to cut trades off at a better time. It really changed the entire way I traded, and it gave me more freedom. I was able to walk away from the chart when I wanted because I know I could get back in when 200 days crossed. I stopped using emotions. I could hesitate and think about what I was doing before I did it. It was just such a blessing. And, if I can teach you the 200 and free you the way in which I was freed, I think, wow, we could be friends. Because you'll be so happy once I give you that sauce. You'll be like, wow, I wish I knew this all along. I use the simple moving average. I don't use the EMA. You can use them both together in conjunction with a band. Some people do that, and it works pretty nicely. Yeah. Shout out to Frank J. Shout out to everybody out here. Lakochi, Sophie, Cappy, KRC20. Cappy on KRC20. I like Cas B. I don't know about Cap P. Caspy's been hot. Boy, it kind of, how come Deck Screener can't get with, we have to go to KASPLEX and all that? Or XODEX. Now, XODEX is the exchange. I want to teach you something here. XODEX. XODEX is the premier exchange here for decentralized exchanges. We got in down here, and it's been ripping ever since. I like what I'm seeing here for XODEX. And again, following around with Bitcoin's, games, but look for it to kind of hang out, make this flag, and then continue. I like what I'm seeing here for XODEX. Looks pretty amazing, to be honest. And look for that to get tight. Now, it's doing its own thing. Not many people know about this. We're already up about a 3x on this thing. The decentralized cross multi-platform chain for Caspa. XODEX, found by GF Burke, man, on the lows. We have some awesome people that really find the hot coins. Shout out to GF Burke. I won't take credit. You're the man, dude. But I did take credit because when I bounced in, I'm able to put my money where my mouth is. Blessings on blessings. Casware, someone asked about Caspy, Froppy. Look at all these fun new coins. Search by address. I don't know the address. Yeah. I still got to get better at like searching for a coin on someone's got to sit me down and be like, where do you see the chart for this stuff? Does Bird's Eye do it for you? Anyway, we'll figure this out at another time. I won't waste your time. Some of you guys could tell me. Shouts out to the old timer Burke. Yeah, 90 likes for 1K likes. Yeah. Let's get 1,000 likes on the live stream. We have so many people here. And I know if you hit the likes, you help more people know about cryptocurrency. So you help people find out about crypto. It's important. Please hit the like button. All right. Sam, I've been watching your channel since under 300 people were watching at a time. We're at a 10x now. I'm here for the real 100x, the best 100x, the lifer 100x. Shout out to Olong Johnson. I love you, brother. I can't believe you've been watching me that long. Thank you so much, man. Much respect to you. Hey, when you don't take a day off, other people will do the same and continue to push forward every single day. Wow, we're just kind of sideways price action. Bitcoin attempting to find a bottom here at 98,000, but it's not amazing. Sam, can you share your thoughts on movement? It's just listed on MEXC. I don't know anything about it. So usually when it's just listed, it won't even come out here. But it did okay. Well, they gapped the price there for whatever reason. Looks like it wasn't just listed. Looks like it's been out since February, man, on MEXC. But it had a big move or something. I went from 10 to 77 cents out of nowhere. Gapped up. Almost got to look at it on... let's see if it's on another exchange too. Movement on KuCoin, MEXC. There's perpetual futures for it too. I see it just came out on perpetual futures, but maybe it did, you know. I'll be honest, it looks very bullish right here. Look at that. Like right off the bat, I mean, it looks like you could pump. It's at 77 too. Look, and it's in the cup and handle. That's a beautiful cup and handle. I don't know anything about this. I say it pumps up to 97 cents. It just looks very likely. You can trade this perpetual. Move hot. So yeah, there it is. I mean, it is in a beautiful cup and handle, but it isn't a symmetrical triangle. See, it's making these extra long. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know what I did or how I did it. I feel like it was a setting in here. A option here, or like. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. But that looks like it's about to pop to the upside, in my humble opinion. Now, I could be wrong, and I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance, but that looks bullish to me. Just be careful, right? But it's breaking out. It's in a cup and handle. It's got a measured move, and it's so new that nobody seems, you know. And I don't know exactly what it does. What's giving this frenzy pump here for it, right? Target takes you to what? 0.92. And again, super high risk. It could dump in a second too, right? There's no guarantees of what could happen here. So just be very careful. I do like the cup and handle that it's in. Higher lows, and it's been ripping. I mean, this is the 1 minute chart, so it's just been, I mean, it was just 60 cents and it's out of control. So it's definitely got a frenzy going on for it. But you got to be careful too. Things like this could turn on you in a second. You know, like something like this, I would maybe risk a little bit. You can have some fun with it. Risk 100 or 300. And even then, it's pretty risky, right? I'll take 100 for 3 just to see. You make an extra 300, you lose $100, right? I normally would never do this. What leverage am I at even? Oh, wait, hold on. I didn't even see my liquidation. I got to see where, I bet the liquidation ain't there. Yeah, see, the stop loss is 73. The liquidation price is 75. See, you got it whenever because you don't want to trade the same, you don't want to trade these coins the way you trade in like Bitcoin. I trade Bitcoin with more leverage than an altcoin every time, you know. Yeah, that goes to 64. Thing looks hot, man. I'm in. I'll take it. We'll see what happens. I'll either get stopped out or make some gains, and maybe I'll be able to even trail stop this puppy and see where it goes. So thank you for putting it on my radar. It looks pretty interesting to me. And you never know. Maybe it dumps in my face. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to tell you everything I do is right. I want to make that really clear with everybody. I just take it, you know, I'm just a consistent guy that shows up every day. I'm going to win because I'm going to keep winning somehow, some way. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to lose along the way. I got to believe I'm the opportunity and keep pushing every single day. And therefore, I will be the opportunity. All right? They're attempting to find some type of double bottom here, but they don't want it to make it easy on the cup and handle. So they're liquidating any short, any long around this area. Be very careful on Monday. They've already shredded a lot of people. The order book is thin. You're not going to get the same look you get on Tuesday when we have fatter liquidity. Just be careful, please. You know, I can't tell you what to do, but you can see there's reasons I don't overtrade on Monday. I can't even believe I took the trade I did and made the 650. I just saw the model that I know and love. Everyone, please hit the like button. We have 8 people to hit that like button. When you hit the like button, you let more people know about cryptocurrency. You think, oh, it's about Sam and his great life. And if I hit the like button, Sam's got the money. Sam's got the Rolex. I'm at the like button. Come on, man. The like button's about you. I show up every single day. And that's why I get what I get. Man, you know what I mean? I showed up every single day for 1,460 days without a day off. Like, That's why I got what I got. Like, you can say whatever you want about me. You can say, there's so many haters, so many people, oh, influencers do this, da, 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 da. You can say whatever you want. If you showed up as many times as I did doing the same thing, you'd be as successful as I am, period. I gave you the clues to success. I never hid them from you. I showed you exactly what to do if you wanted to become a multimillionaire. Find something you love, go at it every single day. Hopefully you have some innate skill at it because you can feel that you're good at it, and go for it. All right? Hey, check out that Baby Doge. Our old bags are fire. Baby Doge. Remember Baby Doge? I think I still own my Baby Doge. Did it rip out of nowhere today? Oh, not bad. Oh my gosh. What happened to Baby Doge, dude? Oh my gosh. Baby Doge, dude? Ripping. Dude, ripping Baby Doge. Let me go find my Baby Doge, man. This is crazy. I believe I bought Baby Doge a long, long time ago. I'm almost positive I did. But let me double check. I'm gonna get a little excited. Baby Doge. You never know when your baby coin's gonna rip. Dude, I got Baby Doge. I got some Baby Doge. Yo, look at my Baby Doge. 400,000 Baby Doge. How much we got in there? How much Baby Doge is it? Wow, they made me some gains. No, wait, no. Yeah. I feel like I should sell that, man. Like, but it looks like it's gonna rip again. So for whatever reason, Baby Doge just taking off today. For whatever reason, just Baby Doge just absolutely taking off. I've been in it for like a year or something. I don't even know how long. I must have put like $500 in it a long time ago. Now it's $2,300. Baby Doge, baby. Looks like it's in a big pennant too. Hey, yo, check out that Baby Doge. Our old bags are fire, man. This is so funny. Shout out to Brandon. I can't believe you knew that I still had Baby Doge. How did you remember that? Maybe I showed it on the weekly screen share last week or something like that. Hey, Sam, would you like your opinion on TRX? Tron's hot. It's got an ecosystem to do. That's awesome. It's been moving. Dude, that's unsustainable for Baby Doge. Like, look at that thing. But wow, it's been ripping recently. When did we first get into Baby Doge? Look at it down here. Like, wow. Wow. 5x. At least. It does this a lot, and then it dumps again. See each pump and dump? But if Doge rips, then I'll be like, no. Baby Doge is way away from the 200 MA. But it is in a bull flag right now. You see it? It's Baby Doge, man. I sell it right now, and I lose it all, you know. I might take profits on this right now, Baby Doge. Could rip too, though. If it loses that blue line, the red line, I'm out. If it loses the red line, I'm out. I gotta watch this and keep alerts on it. Thank you so much. If you didn't say that, there's no way I would have known Baby Doge was up today. And I could sell it, and I'll put another 1,000 bucks when it dumps again. All right. Shout out to the awesome super chats we had today. We had Mark Smart. We had Brandon 2181. We had Yillville Create. Thank you for Move too. Oh, we forgot about Move. It's still at 77. Cappy on KRC looks good. 2 exchange listings this week. Oh, that's a big deal if you can get 2 exchange listings. Hey, Laverick, when you take a look at SOFI. Thank you. Bless you and the family. Ryan Maurer we took a look at from Still Nasty. Thank you. ETH we looked at from Elis Vidal. Thank you. Papa Flash. Sammy, it's my 38th birthday. I can't tell how incredibly grateful I am for you and all the lifers. I got one request. Can I get a happy birthday from Maki Wahlberg? I played a cop. I play a fireman. But you know what? Papa Flash, happy birthday, kid. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Peace and love, lifer. Can you look at Helium Mobile? We'll take a look at Helium Mobile. Thank you. And thank you for that super chat. That's too nice of you. Tian Tessa, please, and thank you. You took the TAG of 460 when it was forming a cup and handle. Recently, you took the TAG of 460. I don't know what that means. What is the TAG? Yeah. Moonwell just launched a debit card today. Oh, that's hot. HEGE still looking good. Jellyfish, we took a look at the beginning of the stream. We looked at Ethereum. CoinGlass question, we answered that. Oh man, why it won't let me like click off that? Maybe I got caught. Yeah, there you go. How much do you think ETH can dump? Price. Sam, how do you stop? Add a stop and miss the chop? How do you add a stop and miss the chop? I would go to a very low area so I can see it on board and then just drag it up for where I need. So say I'm at like 98.2 and I see chop. Throw a stop in at like 97.5 and then bring it up and start to see what you're doing. All right. And that way you can manage it. PEPE and DEGEN, we took a look at those. Shout out to I'm Him, Ryan Gosling. Good morning. Can we get some insight on Litecoin? I can't tell if we'll be testing all-time highs or losing profits. I looked at Litecoin. Tema on Solana, we looked at that at the beginning. And good morning. Shout out to Master Friend for the $6.99. Hope you're having a beautiful day. When you get a chance, do you think you could take a look at Tezos? It was in that beautiful flag, right? How did it do? Hey, Lifer, can you take a look at Waffle too? Thank you. You're the man. Let's take a look at Tezos. XTZ. I'll look at it on the Coinbase chart, right? It's funny, that looked like the most obvious pattern that was going to play out too. And it broke out and then dumped to the downside. Technically, the stop would be here, so the stop loss did not get hit. It could still possibly double bottom, but it rolled over. It did roll over. You know, it did have a little bit of bearish divvy there. All right. But things were kind of heating up. It looked like we were going to be able to break through a lot of that bearish divergence. Had been ripping to the upside. Take a look at the daily time frame. And the daily is just away from the 21-day moving average. And it looks like the daily will have to come back down and do something like this, or maybe even something like that. We don't know exactly. But in a more bullish scenario, you're going to be more sideways in your consolidation than more vertical, which means you're going to kind of consolidate more laterally, right? More to the side than more downward. Again, the 21 will come into price. When that happens, I see a pump. And sad, that bull pennant looked nice. You know, anyone that took it and got stopped out, or maybe not stopped out yet, but it didn't play out like it was supposed to. And again, not everything plays out like that. I can't believe it. Algo did it. Everything did it. And then we had the beautiful Tezos bull pennant, but it didn't react the same way. Bitcoin, 98,250, holding us down at these key low levels. This had a bit of a pump and a quick sell-off. Some whale thought that would be a good chance to sell liquidity when people came in. Probably a bad idea, as there's a lot more people gaining knowledge of this coin right now, right? But anyway, we'll see. Who knows? Gain is a gain, right? Cup and handle starting to play out now, just as it should, right on key to the upside, headed to the target through the VRVP gap there. Once it gets above that high volume node at 98,250, which is about to, it can gap up to 99,000 pretty fast. And that's the small time frame getting back above, right? And then you want to see, is the 1 hour able to get back above the 200 MA? Second hour cracks that 200 MA, I would open up a long again and trade it right back to the top of the channel. Monday or no Monday, that's a move that I like to play. So look, the 1 hour about to get above that 200 MA, that's a bullish sign for me. I like that. I like that. Let me get back into my list too so I can see the list here. SOFI, Move. We looked at Move, TRX, Waffle, Hedge, Well, and Mobile. And it's an opportunity to take advantage. Anytime Bitcoin takes a dip, you take advantage of the coins that matter. You can't, you know, people get in their head and focus on the fear and they miss out on all the opportunity. It's really sad. We could see Moonwell bouncing off the 618 golden pocket. I remember when we drew the fib there. I don't know why it's not there now, but we did have it. And it bounced right there. Look, I mean, it came right to the, almost to the 786, and then it bounced off the 618. One of the hottest coins in the game, really. When it ripped so hard. Moonwell at 3 cents. I used to trade this coin even before it hit Coinbase. Remember? No one really talked about it. Nobody knew Moonwell when we first traded it. It was on like Maxi and KuCoin. Was it even on Coinbase? It is a symmetrical triangle, but it's a big boy. It's a chubby one. Look for the consolidation here, and that'll probably be your last chance to get Moonwell before it rips to 18. This project's been a great project. It's performed very, very well. It's bounced off the Fibonacci levels. It's showing signs of control. I like where it's at right now. Moonwell on the radar for sure. Getting low on the 4 hour time frame too, and Moonwell may actually, you know, may actually have a higher target here, trajectory. We could even maybe do something like that. But we'll do this for now, because if it comes back down to that key area, we'll be all right. Get the bounce and then continue. Moonwell. And then the target for Moonwell is 18 for Moonwell. All right. WMTX, please. Did I miss the MOG breakdown? No. Can you explain how you use the 200 MA to trade? You just got to come here and every day and look at it. I wait for price to get above it. Yeah. I put a stop loss below it. That's it. Yeah. That's it. That's literally it. I know you want more than that, right? No, that's it. It's the simplest way to make money in the game. That's how I made money today. You do you. SOFI, RAL Finance. I mean, this thing looks like it's in the dumps. I don't know what to tell you. No one knows about it. It has the Adam and Eve. It's on the low. I guess if you love the project and you believe in it, it's time to buy in, but I don't know what this is. This is garbage. That chart looks absolutely horrible. All right. If you want SOFI here on the NASDAQ, I wanted to see it consolidate. Look, it made an Adam and Eve double bottom. All you have to do is buy these everywhere in any market. Look at, there it is. You buy the right side when you get above the 200 MA. I teach you guys how to make money in every market, man. And this thing just absolutely went on a tear. And now it's bouncing on the daily 21, which is interesting. You don't see that a lot. So like, again, I would flag out like this and wait for it to fill out this flag. And then it looks like it's going to continue. I would normally say a bigger pullback, but because the 21's riding with price action, man, I see SOFI headed to 20. Yeah. Let's take a look at TRX. Had that big move. And that big dump. Away from the 21-day moving average on the daily. Wow, they ran Tron up hard, man. It's crazy what, like, it's kind of crazy. And back to the 21. I look at it more maybe in the 4 hour, the 1 hour. Yeah, there you go. It is starting to get lateral. Meaning like it could start to end its dump. Sorry, I'm making those accidentally. You know, this could be where, you know, Bitcoin gets a reversal. This could reverse. You don't want too many candles to close in the 1 hour below the 200 MA. If it gets back above it, that's bullish. There's a bullish divergence there. That could be the last chance to get Tron before it rips again. Like 29 might be your last chance. Let's pull a fib and take a look at how the fib looks. Yeah, I mean, you're in the 618 golden pocket. I mean, for me, that's when I would at least begin my DCA. If I love this project, I would begin my DCA right there. My dollar cost average, buying little bits at a time. Bitcoin flattening out at 98,220, just kind of sitting pretty, but still all the liquidity below us, suggesting that this is all just a false move and not much will happen for us here. Move just sitting sideways, hasn't given us a pump, haven't given us a dump yet. We're seeing 100 for 300, nothing crazy here for Move. This coin just came out on MEXC. It's brand new. We're trading it on the futures. And there you go. Looks like it could break out possibly to 94. And we'll see. I did jump on in. We'll see what happens. My stop loss is here. My take profits up there. Stop loss at 73. Take profits up at 92. And it's very, very high risk, of course. I almost never, ever trade a small coin like this. So, a very kind of impulsive, fun, just something fun to do, something different on a Monday. Okay, let's take a look at HEGE and Waffle. HEGE looked interesting to us, did it not? The last time I looked at it, it was bullish. So HEGE pumped up and then it stayed inside the flag. You know, obviously adjusting to Bitcoin's reaction too as well with the red dumpage there. Still making a flag, not the worst thing in the world. And it went more sideways than expected. Anything could happen. It could dump. You never know. But I like where that HEGE went sideways. See it almost like a head and shoulder though. And it may still kind of come down there. You have falling volume with falling price. Let's see, you need a bounce. If you get a bounce, you go sideways, then this flag's intact. So I'd watch HEGE for the, you know, you need like, oh, those are daily candles. On the 4 hour, you kind of need a bounce and you need it pretty soon. Back to like 0.8. HEGE, baby, HEGE. It's all right. It's not my favorite coin, but it's all right. Someone asked for Waffle. I think it was Waffles with an S, wasn't it? Falling Waffle? No, I can't do that. There was Waffles, though, which was Da Vinci's cat at 7 million market cap. Didn't do anything. Really kind of fell off. Yeah. And last but not least, someone asked about mobile and WMTX. Helium Mobile, let's take a look. Bitcoin struggling, 98,000, about to lose. Helium Mobile's in a cup and handle, but it's losing the 200 MA there on the 1 hour time frame, and Bitcoin struggling. So like, yeah, it looks cool and it has to hold this trend, but if Bitcoin drops, everything's going to drop. Bitcoin dumps, this is going to dump down to 118. Bitcoin pumps, this will likely hold, and then you'll see it break out of the falling wedge. All depends on Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now is falling off, so this is falling off. You would like to see a bump back to the upside. All right, if you like this coin, you DCA into it. If you swing trade it, you wait for it to get above the 200 MA on the 1 hour, and then you swing trade it to the top of the pattern. So to me, either you like it and you buy, or you wait to swing. There's really no in between on it. And if you want to see where the bigger move is, it does say that this is going to have a bigger move. And we're going to see it somewhere at 0028376. Not too long from now. And that is a cup and handle. Make sure it can keep the higher low, and we're good to go on mobile. All right. Let's look at WMTX. We'll kind of glance back at Bitcoin. Wow, so this thing, World Mobile Token, just continuing to rip to the upside. I remember when this thing first came out, and it did look interesting to me. And it was kind of the HNT counterpart on the Cardano network, if I remember correctly. And down there at 19 cents, and it ripped up to 54, and now you can see it's on this, like, just tear of tears. The daily chart looks cool, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it just, again, makes a more moving pattern and rips further to the upside here. This is very bullish. Its next consolidation could be our last chance to get in before it rips to $1. I'm putting alerts on this. I may not want to miss it. I like the Cardano ecosystem. I remember this and I forgot about it. I just forgot. I haven't looked at it in a long, long time. There's been so much other stuff going on that I haven't looked at it in a long, long time. Okay. All right. Yeah, I like what I'm seeing there. Waffle, FET, TRIAS, ADA, and IOTA. FET was hot. AI was starting its move. Everyone was like, this is it. This is the AI run. I had this rising wedge. Look, it was going to break out. It did. Stop loss to break even. You were in the money at one point. But things have changed. Let's take a look now, right? So beautiful trend line right off the bat. Can't argue with that. And you could say, you know, a beautiful trend line right there. And so just a very big consolidation. Very big. And I'm like, you know, I love doing this type of stuff. And you can see, like, we can even come and retest support. So I just see this kind of handle getting made here. That cup taking over. Boom, right? So the cup and handle breaking out. That target's 3. And the bigger target takes you all the way to 478. Only a matter of time. Once AI really starts to go, this market will rip pretty nicely. And you're above the 200 MA here on the daily time frame too as well for fetch. I do see a pullback. You know, and remember I kept saying even the last few days, I said 4 to 5 day pullback and then we're ready to rock again. So just look for this to pull back. There's a good chance it may never even lose 173 support. All right. And it gets tight in there. To me, that's the last chance to buy FET right in there before a massive move out. But again, you do whatever makes you happy, and I'm not a financial advisor. Tara had a major run up. People finally started to realize what Tara was and what it does. I tried to tell this to people for a long time. No one listens because Tara was quiet and nobody seemed to care. We were buying Tara down in here, down in there. And Tara finally ripped, but came back down again. But now back on its tear. Only a matter of time for me for Tara to really take over. And the AI coins will start hearing the name of Tara, right? It's got high output. It's got good tech, good team. Decyclic, decentralized acyclic graph. It's a DAG. This thing really separates itself from a lot of the other coins. This coin could be here in 5 to 10 years. I don't think people realize. We definitely watch. So wait for the 21 to touch, but I see Tower continuing to rip. And it's just getting started out of its bigger move. That next target for Tower is going to be 8962. All right. TRIAS, an oldie but goodie. We used to trade TRIAS way back in the day. He reminds me of my buddy Ray. So TRIAS, it ripped above the 200 MA like it was supposed to. And that's what happens. And then it has to come back. We do this on every day, and then it has to come back to the 21. And then it's going to rip. A lot of opportunity right here, everybody. A lot of opportunity. So once this touches the 21, it's going to pump. And so you want to kind of define this. This is my model. We just traded this in the 5 minute this morning. It's the same idea in the 1 minute. In the 1 minute, break the 200, make a flag. If it can, then we're going to take it. If it can't, then we're out. It's such a beautiful way to trade. Such a beautiful way to trade. Okay. So yeah, can this come back down to the 21-day moving average? Bounce, and that would really be the sweet spot right there. So again, I'm going to set alerts for this one. This one looks like it's going to be nice. So you can see my trades aren't made when trade happens. My trades are made days before when I begin to set up. You know, it's all a plan. I stalk the trade and I execute the trade. Sounds kind of like a horror movie, but you stalk and execute. Execute in business is different than execution in real life. You know what I mean? Like, but to execute at a higher level, right? To make it happen, to get it done. I don't know why we use it in both those terms, right? So Cardano looked like it could continue last night. It did have a strong candle, but some bearish divergence, strong bearish divvy for Cardano now. I mean, things ran up nicely and beautifully, and they ran up away from their 21-day moving averages on their daily, on their 2-day charts. I mean, it just went on a tear. It did a 5x. Went from 30 cents to almost, to 130. I mean, that's insane. It did a 5x. So now you get a pullback. All right. And this pullback will take some time, especially the bigger pump. Could take 10 days, which would be 5 2-day candles back to the 21, and then we can continue our run up to $2. But I definitely see some type of pullback here for Cardano before another big move. And IOTA, an oldie from back in the day, IOTA, man. If you told me I was going to go over IOTA today, well, IOTA did the pump like everything else. So all the old coins pumped. I can't even believe it. This one was even a boring old coin. Went from 11 to 6. It did a 6x. Now it's kind of done, but it's still, like I'm showing you, touching the 200 MA here. This is high risk, but see if it can break out. You know that the bigger time frames are a little extended. They may just have to come back, but I would watch this on the 1 hour. Thing could definitely pump, and the target's 85, 86. I promise people will kick themselves for fading bird flu. Easy $1 billion MC as a pandemic. Just imagine front running a global coin in December. Oh, come on, man. I wouldn't even do that. That's so stupid. I didn't want to put any of my attention towards negative folly. Hey there, what trade do you have in Bitcoin? Nothing. Yeah. Nothing. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for jumping on in. I appreciate you. Why does Weeks not work for you? BitTunix might work. I don't know. No, Weeks will work for you. Yeah. You're a BitTunix shill. I know who you are, man. Get out of here. I can identify exactly what someone does before they do it, man. It's so obvious. Yeah, I still hold some VIOT. I have it on my KuCoin account. VIA. Yep. I got this coin up 100% there too. Never forget VIOT. Thanks, Sam. PEPE, baby. PEPE is booming. Shout out to anyone that's still in PEPE with the lifer. PEPE is booming. It was at 75%, though. It's at 68. Good afternoon. Thoughts on Apple on Sol? I am out of here, everybody. No more super chats are coming on in. I appreciate you, though. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. God bless you, Super Premium. Thank you very, very much. But if I do your super chat, then I got to do another and another, and I am out for the day. The show is from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., and I've already gone over my allotted time. All right. We also put a chat out there, but I guess it's hard to see that we were done with the chats. Anyway, I love you all. I appreciate you. When we take a look at Bitcoin, it does not look good. I have to be honest. That's a bear flag. And it's looking pretty bearish to me. Like it wants to slowly dump further to the downside. The smaller time frames tried as hard as they could to make the cup and handle. They did everything they could to fight off the bears, but so far, it's been uneventful. And, you know, we're still below the 200 MA. We never got back above it. There was no reason to long. And even that experimental long on that other coin is probably going to play out to the downside. So this looks like a dump is coming here for Bitcoin. But, you know, we'll take it one step at a time. But that doesn't look amazing. Your 5-minute looks bearish too as well. So sayonara. Looks are going to come down for a double bottom or maybe even lower all the way to $95,000. So be careful. It looks like a big dump is coming here for Bitcoin. Watch your coins. Watch your stop losses. You know. Man. Hey, you never know, man. I got mixed signals, to be honest. It's a Monday. If we get above the 200 MA, oh, long. We are pretty far away. You think eventually we'd have to long. So, but I have mixed signals. That's a bear flag. Right now, resistance. Unless you can get back above 98,000, expect more downside. Like 98 was the key. So, see, Mark Yisko predicts crypto bear market hit in mid-2025. Former Morgan Creek shares his insights on the crypto market in an exclusive interview. Offering an outlook, RIOT remains strong believer in Bitcoin's 4-year cycle despite the hype. He predicts after reaching its fair value around 100,000, Bitcoin will experience a parabolic surge, potentially pushing to 120 to 150 by mid-2025. To me, fair value is right about that 6-digit level. I figured we would blow through that 6-digit number, and then humans would be human, right? He said, however, he cautioned that a bear market could fall by the year's end. We have another bear market starting mid-year. Yeah, I mean, I've been saying I can feel that like it's time to start thinking of where you're going to take profits and writing down how and why and planning it out. If this last few weeks didn't give you somewhat of an issue of how it's going to feel when you think you're up and down, it's going to be pretty crazy. So, you know, watch this bear flag, everybody. They had it earlier, didn't dump it. The bulls are fighting. The bears are fighting. We do have a higher low. We'll see what happens. If we break the 200 MA on the 5 or the 1, I'll be able to give you the long and we'll take the call. If not, I have to say we're going to go further to the downside. So unless we break this 200 MA, I got to say that we're going to see $95,000 for Bitcoin. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. You can, you will, you are the best. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you all tomorrow for another beautiful, amazing live stream. I love doing this. The guy goes, RIP super chat. Number one, you did the super chat late. The show ends at 12 o'clock. I'll still do your super chat because you complain like a little girl, a 3-year-old girl. All right, here you go. Here you go, you whiner. Sorry, I love you, man, but come on, man. And I'm gonna call you out right now for being a baby over what, a $2 super chat. So look, Chainlink, it's likely to come down to the 21-day moving average. Chance you can kind of stay strong. Chainlink's very bullish. Wouldn't be surprised if it stays inside the flag before it pushes further to the upside. So watch Chainlink closely, you whiner. All right? And there you go. You got your super chat, you baby. God bless everybody. Thank you so much for coming on in. We love you. And thank you for the super chat, man. I love you. I shouldn't be rude. I love you, brother. Thank you so much. You were confused. You didn't know when the show ends. I got to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. God bless you. Thank you so much. Ciao. Ciao, ciao, ciao.